What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Italian Stallion, here for another episode of Rebels with a Cause. You know what time it is, baby. It is 9:30 Wednesday night, and you know it's that time for that cause, because that cause don't stop when the clock hits zero. Guys, we've got a great show tonight. Got a big panel of people coming on. We're going to talk some college football. We're going to talk some high school football. We're going to talk some pro football. And my God, there are some really bad pro football teams. I mean, let me tell you this. We could actually dedicate an entire show to the That Stinks segment. And I can't wait to see what everybody picks. And if they even take mine, I've got 14 others to choose from, because there were some bad teams. College football, NFL football. I mean, it is just unbelievable, but it gives us something to talk about. It's the entertaining factor. It'd be boring if it went the way we thought it would. Wait a minute. We did think it was going to go this way with certain teams. I mean, these polls are garbage, just absolute joke. This is coffee talk. And we've actually shown where everybody has failed with certain teams that were hyped up that definitely didn't live up to the hype. But we're going to talk about all that. We're going to get it going. And like I said, we've got a big announcement tonight. I want to wait for my other co-host to come on whenever he can, because we were asked this together. And this is going to be a big, big thing. I think next week I'm going to be dead tired by the end of it. So worth it. It just shows just how much that the cause has reached certain people. And, I think my brothers Devin Lloyd and Larry Frank at UTalk that kind of inspired me to this. And the fact is that when a certain individual asks you, hey, can you cover this and do a live show? I do it. And so we'll get to that in a minute. He's in Vegas right now, hopefully winning it big. I told him to bet black 13 on roulette, because that's what I do when I win. And so hopefully he listened to me and got some money. But that being said, let's do some housekeeping business before we bring on the panel. Get the chat box hopping. First and foremost, some housekeeping business. The views and opinions of this program are not affiliated with those of any other organization or of Knoxville West High School. This is the RWAC Crew and Panel's views. Also, join that chat box live. Point out if we've inaccurately said something, or also just voice your opinion. This is as much your show as it is ours. So what do you want to talk about as well? Obviously, we talk about the main things. Football, diving. But here's the thing. NHL just started. NBA is about to start. If you want to talk some of that, I don't have any of the banners up yet, because obviously footballs are better. So if you want to talk about that, let's bring that out there. Whatever you guys want to talk about, this is much your cause as it is ours. So don't join us. Also got to give some love to Miss Kim Castle over there at the King's Chamber off Washington Pike. By the way, Halloween, October, one of her favorite months, $5 off of any haircut. So just remember that. Let them know that. Also, remember, if you're a first-time customer, let them know that Rebels with a Cause sent you. She'll get you taken care of. The waxes, the haircuts, pedicures and manicures. If you're wanting that sort of thing, you will get the royal and be treated like the king you are when you go visit her at the chamber. Let her know Rebels with a Cause, the Italian Stallion, sent you. Also, got to give some love to our guy, Alex Thatcher, a class of 2003 grad, Knoxville Coffee Company. It got chilly today, guys. You know that coffee is good any time of the year, but especially now, especially for them dark mornings, get you up, going. That brew is good any time of the day. They're off Sutherland Avenue in the heart of Marble City. Let them know the Rebels with a Cause sent you. Also, if you're looking just for the more traditional haircut, go hit up Razor Shop Barber Shop of Knoxville. Go see Josh Fink or Corey. Let them know that Two Pair Tate 332 Studios and the Italian Stallion with Rebels with a Cause sent you. See what they can get you taken care of there and get you whatever you need if you're looking for more of the traditional haircut. And last, got to give some love to a Big Fact Sports Network. Follow them at 332 Studios. If you haven't done so already, show them the love, baby. Show them the love. Well, that being said, let's bring on the panel tonight. Got a guy that's going to be on here that hasn't been on in a few weeks. He's busy. He is like the hardest working guy right now, doing like 4 or 5 shows. It's a more crazy, but when he wants to be on, damn it, he has got a platform on this show. But first and foremost, let me bring on my co-host, one of my OGs from the beginning, who's been with me from the beginning. You know him as he started off as our stats guy, got promoted, or should I say crowned, for his talents, being our coach. And he was given that nickname by Mr. Parker Dubon. Shout out, happy birthday, Parker. Tomorrow's your birthday. Hope you're doing great at Auburn. Talk to your mama. She said you're doing great. So keep it going, brother. And but bring him and give him he deserves. Our coach, the one, the only, the money, Shane O'Mac, Shane McGee, baby. What is up?
What's up? What's up, man? I'm glad to be here tonight. Quiet, no Keegan tonight, so it's a little quiet. Got some football on TV. Ready to do this podcast? Let's go.
Got it. Hey, is it already Mac time? You know how Mac football starts on Tuesday and Wednesdays or what have you? Is that what's going
I've
on
got
tonight?
we've got Missouri State and Middle Tennessee State
Oh,
on
okay.
on
Well, we got the
ESPN two.
Ohio Valley stuff going on there.
Yeah,
So there we go. OVC. But
nothing beats Maction though. Maction's it.
Hey, hey, there you go. So, well, I'm going to say this much, brother. I'm so glad to have you on tonight. I want to give you some dap, man, because, you said something in our private chat that we had when we're talking football on Saturdays, and I hope that you reiterate it tonight. I'm not going to steal your thunder with it, but when you see some of the scores and what happened on Saturday and what we've seen up to this point and what I think we'll see this upcoming Saturday, your statement was as true of a statement as there's ever been said about this college football season. And I'm not going to steal your thunder. I hope you remember what you said. Go back to the chat room because it was highlighted of what you said Saturday because that's been in my head ever since you posted it. That being
Yeah,
said, let
I'll
me
have to go back
bring
and look.
on. Yeah, go look, but go take a look. Also, real quick, chat box on here so far. Mr. Ian Walker, good evening, sir. Hope to hear from you and get some bets and your thoughts on this week. So, absolutely. But also need to give some love to another guy who's now officially part of the crew. I'm going to tell you this, man. He has been there with me, helping me on the road games with the stats, and I couldn't think of a better guy. Let me when you saw him at the games, you knew it was a big deal. And that's why he's on this show to talk about the big games. He even got his own segment now on the one, the only big game, Kerry Reeves, the officer.
Hey, what's up, baby? Welcome,
How you
welcome. How's
doing?
everybody doing tonight? I'm doing great, man. Doing fantastic. All I gotta say is, from what we've seen already, we ain't seen nothing yet, man.
We hadn't seen nothing yet,
And
man. I
now
mean,
we start tonight. Here's a little known fact: we have football, college and pro, and high school for the next 49 straight days. For the
woo!
next 7 weeks
Yes, sir.
until the middle of November, we've got 49 straight days of at least one football game on.
That's awesome.
Mac on Tuesday. You got the OVC tonight. You got regular stuff Thursday, Friday, ACC and Big 12 Friday. You got everywhere, man. It's
I
all
love
over
it.
the place.
I
I'm
love
loving
it.
it.
I love it.
Loving
Well,
it.
well, and next Friday I've got a little bit of a dilemma. I've got to do the stats for West, and I got Miami playing Louisville. I'm recording the game, and I'm going to try my
Okay.
best. I'm going to need you to keep looking at your phone and tell me what's going on. Maybe even Larry Frank can shoot me a text message or
Yeah,
something.
I'll shoot you a text here. But yeah, definitely. I'll take care of you.
Absolutely. Well, that being said, speaking of let me just tell you this: the guy that inspired me to create Rebels with a Cause. I'm so glad he's actually going to be on here tonight because he doesn't even know about this announcement that I'm going to make. But it just is like the stars aligned. It's kind of weird because the full moon's going on this week. Some spooky stuff with football teams losing unexpectedly. But I'm so glad that he was able to come on. And when he says I want to come on, you bring him on. So live
Mhm.
from Louisiana, our favorite Cajun. He hates them Tigers, though. My brother, for now 8 years, talking football and all sports. The one, the only, Larry Frank Jr. What is up, baby? How you
What's
doing?
up? What's
What's
up,
up,
King?
brothers? What's happening? What's happening? I'm
Hardest working
getting
man in the business.
yeah, well, I ain't gonna say the hardest, but I do work a little harder than I should. I'll leave it at that. But hey, it's all
Awesome,
worth it. It's
man.
all worth it.
Larry,
Awesome, my
you're the more
brother.
impressive Mario Cristobal, man. At least you just get a few hours sleep and you just keep going, and you don't need no cafecito to keep it going. I mean, come
Hey,
on
hey,
now. So,
how ironic, man. As much stuff as I gave Mario the last 3.5 years, and now I'm starting to act like him.
mhm.
Uh,
We all have been rubbed off by old Cristobal. So, but
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
anyway. Well, guys, let's just get this thing started right away. I'm going to get that ticker going more than anything. The week 6 top 25 results, they speak for themselves. Obviously, our Canes were big winners on Saturday. We should have been put to bed at 10 o'clock, and obviously we took the foot off the pedal. We should have known the game. It doesn't end and so forth. But Shane, if you went back to what we were talking about there, man, what did you say in the chat box? And you even made this comment at about 7 o'clock or 7:30. If you didn't find it, by the way,
Things where I said everyone's beatable this year,
everybody is beatable this year,
which makes for amazing freaking football.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
And guys, let me just tell you this before we anoint Ohio State, let's see how they do this week against Illinois. I'm not saying Illinois is going to win, but here's the thing. Illinois, I think, underestimated Indiana, but now Illinois has that opportunity on a big stage. It's a noon game. It's the Fox noon game. Maybe Ohio State is kind of napping a little bit and so forth, and it takes them a little bit to get going. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but I just think that there is a couple of teams that could separate themselves in the next couple of weeks. But until they do, everybody is still right here. Shane, Carrie, Larry, in that order, what are some of the storylines or the teams that you think could separate themselves, and who's just absolutely just out of it? They should just pack it up right now at this point, and I'll shut up and listen.
Texas is out of it completely. Miami's really impressing me. They're making a good case to be number one in the nation right now. I think it happens pretty soon. I'm a little worried about another possible trap game for Tennessee this week. But
really? Okay.
I'm just worried. Gibson's still out, and McCoy is still out, which we thought we'd get McCoy back. So I'm a little worried just because sometimes we have issues with Arkansas.
Yeah.
And I'm for some reason today I started thinking about that 6 overtime game back in 2002.
I was at that game. Yep.
I was working at Bullfeathers that night, and I wasn't doing much work because I was glued to the TV till 1 a.m.
I was at the stadium that night. I didn't leave out of there till 2:30 that morning. I remember that game. 6 overtimes. Yeah, I didn't leave till 2 o'clock that morning.
I was in the student section. Yeah.
It's more because I'm worried about Oklahoma the following week. No, Oklahoma. We got Alabama or Oklahoma next.
Alabama on the road.
Right, Alabama, then Oklahoma, because Oklahoma will be the night game and we'll wear black, and that's on the 1st.
Yep.
Kentucky's in the middle.
I'm worried that we'll overlook Arkansas.
Nope.
They'll give us some issues because we're focusing on Bama, because Bama came out and kind of did what Bama could do. They made that Bama-Vandy game was a lot closer than it looked till the end.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see Diego go down. I just don't like the guy. He just seems like a douche.
Well, let me tell you this. If I was listening to the Paul Feinbaum show, and, I wasn't there, but according to the Alabama fans that call in there, in the end zone, he was gyrating and making crotch things like what Baker Mayfield did to kids, or so. I don't know. It just is unbelievable if that's true.
He makes me think of a Timu version of, or a Wish version of Johnny Manziel. Like, he wishes he could be Johnny Football, and he never will be.
Well, guess who was on here sideline Saturday? Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, wearing Diego's freaking
trolling Bama. Trolling Bama.
Yep.
So,
yeah, but he's able to do, like, he did it multiple times. So
yeah. Well, what about you, Carrie? What do you what about you? Who stands out to you teams wise? Who's done? What are you thinking? And then obviously I'll get to Larry next. So.
Well, number one, Shane said Texas. I'm going to add another one. Penn State's done.
yeah, that's my other one.
Penn State's gone. That's can't
fire.
Lose to a team that coming into that game had only scored 57 points all year, and you give up 42. You give up 2/3 of what they've scored all year. You can't do that. No. James Franklin, I think the people at Penn State have finally figured out he cannot win. He can't win the big game. Now he's losing to a team he should have no business losing to.
You're right.
You know who else is done? Bill Belichick is looking to leave UNC.
Yeah. One and done.
Larry, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. With now these allegations that have come out about the betting or whatever, I
Yep.
think that might be the route of that contract. And then here's my other thing: does that
Right.
null and void the coach in waiting thing for his talentless son? I mean,
Possibly.
I'm being, I
More
mean,
than likely. More than likely.
because damn, it was like, oh, here's the deal. You get me for 3 years, it'll be great, and then I'm going to hand it off to my young and up and coming great son. What?
It was
What?
a 5-year deal. It was a 5-year deal.
5-year deal.
5-year deal, yeah.
And they got rid of Mac Brown, a Hall of
For
Famer,
this.
for this?
For this.
No
I
way.
said it. I said in the group chat. He's not cut out for college football. I've said it.
Nope.
He's not a college football coach. He doesn't want to deal with a bunch of college kids. He doesn't. It's not the game that he left. He's been a pro coach forever.
He's out of touch because what coach is getting skull dragged and takes a timeout with 1 second left in the game? What are you gonna do?
You got a 29-point play in your bag somewhere.
Exactly.
Well, what he was hoping for was that Gold Digger, his girlfriend, was going to go out there and service everybody and make sure that maybe that they could put some time back on the clock. Or I mean, I have no idea, guys. I mean,
Hey, Shane.
Yeah.
I would be worried about this weekend except for two things. Number one, a lot of those players remember what happened last year down in Fayetteville. They have not forgotten that in one stretch.
I will still never understand why you run out of bounds.
Well, that's the difference.
We have an receiver in the end zone.
We have an actual quarterback this year.
Yeah.
Number two, audacity must be on the clearing rack and it must be on sale because the Arkansas's leading rusher today opens his mouth that says, well, Tennessee's got a pretty good defense, but I'm going to run right through it. There's going to be holes there. I'll run right through it. I'm like, really? You really want to become public enemy number two? Petrino's already public enemy number one just for taking the job. Now you're becoming public enemy number two. They're looking for you Saturday afternoon, 4:15. They're going to hit the hell out of you.
guys, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not worried about it.
It's going to be a butt
Clowney type hit.
Yeah. It's going to be a butt whooping.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, guys. If Carr and the Notre Dame passing game did that to Arkansas or what have you, I just can't wait to see what Aguilar and Tennessee's receivers can do to these guys. Honestly, I mean,
Tennessee's receivers aren't getting any respect though either right now.
They're not. But this is a game that they can definitely announce themselves and give something for Alabama to think about next week. So, Larry,
they've got better stats than Alabama's receivers.
Larry, I want to know who's kind of stood out to you, both good and major disappointment that is not really a surprise. But to this Penn State UCLA thing, isn't that a Penn State thing to do, to let Nico shine like he was a Heisman, like he looked every bit as one of those top 5 quarterbacks coming out of high school? I mean, what in the hell was Penn State do? That is inexcusable. I mean, inexcusable. I don't care if that game was played on Pluto. They shouldn't have lost that game. 24-point favorites. Keep going. Go ahead.
The obvious choice for me is Miami, but I'm gonna not be a diabolical fan here. I'm gonna have an alternative. The first team that I'm gonna get to that's done is the team quarterback by this idiot behind me. They're done. They're through.
Florida State's through.
They're through, and I'm gonna tell you why. I got their schedule right here. Okay, they got Pitt coming in this Saturday.
That's not gonna be easy.
That won't be easy. I still think they got Miami hangover. The confidence that they had after beating Alabama, Miami sucked the life out of them.
Yep,
they're done. In my opinion, with that,
if Virginia didn't take a lot out of them too,
they overlooked Virginia looking at Miami. So I think they had an ounce of life left.
Yep.
But Miami just totally destroyed them and took whatever confidence they had left. And then moving forward, they have to travel to Stanford. That may not be a give-me game for them.
No.
Stanford's 2-3. But the rest of the season, they got Wake Forest. That won't be a give-me. Clemson, they're still fighting for their lives. That won't be a give-me. Virginia Tech, which is always a pesky game for them, that won't be a give-me. NC State, who is 4-2 right now, that they have to go to, and the season finale against Florida, who has a damn good defense probably just as good as Miami's defense, so that won't be a give me. So for me, the team quarterback by this big mouth crybaby behind me who was running his mouth, yes, I'm going to give it to him because he talked all of that crap about Miami. They're done. Now, I'm going to flip the script. The team for me that has the most upside, not named Miami, I'm going with the Ole Miss Rebels.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Yeah,
because they have a favorable schedule. I'm going to pull it up. They got a couple of hurdles they got to overcome.
I want to hear it. Yeah.
Okay, so this weekend here, they got a scrimmage against Washington State. They'll win that game with ease. The game for them is a 2-game stretch. If they can at least split these games, they'll be in the playoff, possibly the SEC championship. They've got Georgia. They got to go to Georgia, and they have to go to Norman. Those are going to be their 2 toughest games.
Oh, man.
I think they split one of those games.
Yeah.
I think they split. If Mateer doesn't play, I'll give them Oklahoma. They got a puncher's chance against Georgia. The rest of the way, they host South Carolina. They host the Citadel. They host Florida, and they're at Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl. They should win all of those games.
Yep.
You know, can I say something to you guys, too, about Georgia real quick? I more and more really am so upset that Tennessee didn't win that damn game. Because realistically, Kentucky, they didn't blow out Kentucky, and Kentucky's ass. I mean, they sucked. Stoops is fighting for his job, and I don't know, guys. It's like Georgia. They need to watch out for Auburn at 8:00 on Saturday night.
Auburn ain't going to be easy.
The entire SEC. I mean, if you look from the top to the bottom. And I still have people that still have that SEC PTSD talking about that coming at me. Oh, Miami ain't played nobody. Look, Miami has beaten 3 ranked teams. No other team in the country has beaten 3 ranked teams. Miami has done that.
Exactly.
Including one of the SEC's darlings in Florida. And at the end of the day, this ain't your daddy's SEC. There's not a lot of defense being played amongst these teams, and a lot of their offenses are inconsistent. And these teams are beatable.
Yep.
Well, and I'm going to throw this out there, guys. I called Florida upsetting Texas last week. I'm going to toot my own horn. And here's the other thing, too. Don't even look at the score of that game. Arch was running for his life back there. So let me just ask you this. Where's that $50,000 NIL each offensive lineman from that Austin Beef Company? They're supposed to be getting the best O-line back there. He should have the Great Wall of China in front of him, Shane. He's running for his life. But here's the other problem. He gets knocked out at the end of the game. The backup, who's some transfer, Larry, from like some school down there, some small school, he slings it 20 yards. You should have left his ass in there. He might have gotten you a touchdown.
That was the best play. That was the best play from the quarterback position the entire game was the backup.
Yep. And I'll tell you this. I think Arch has been let down. His coaching let him down. His teammates let him down because, like you said, that offensive line should be the Great Wall of China. They can't even protect plastic China. That's how bad we're talking.
Paper plates don't stand a chance.
Guys, they're supposed to have a stable of running backs. I know that Cedric Baxter got hurt, which was a huge loss, a big bowling ball. But then you know who his backup is? Oh, only a guy that was the #1 running back coming out of high school from IMG, Jarrett Gibson, who's done nothing. So why is he not running behind that great offensive line? Supposed to be, like he was at IMG. Hits the hole, he's gone, baby. Home run threat, and he's doing nothing.
Now you got Oklahoma Saturday. And their defensive line is better than Florida's. Ask Auburn's quarterback the beating he took.
Even without Mateer, I think OU wins that game. Maybe I'm wrong. Keep going.
Oh, yeah.
And for those who missed the press conference, Steve Sarkisian had his own Dabo Sweeney moment in which he was giving excuses. Well, there's 135 other teams in Division 1A. Guess what? How many of them would have beaten Florida and whoever, So when you get coaches –
Miami did.
There you go. So when he's talking about, who else would have beaten Florida and Ohio State. So at the end of the day, when you think about that statement and that kind of an attitude, that tells me that you as a coach, you're at a standstill. You don't know what to do because as a coach, Arch needs to be benched and you need to go ahead on and do something else. He showed you enough over the season. He's too inconsistent.
Yep.
I mean, what? Because you were talking smack to a kid at UTEP? I mean, come on, man.
standing over a player that played for San Jose State. I mean, are we joking here, man?
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly.
really?
Yeah. Texas and Penn State, Shane, have not beaten a Power 4 school all season long, and we're in almost middle of October.
It's crazy.
First time in AP poll history that the preseason 1 and 2 are out of the top 25 in October.
Well, and that was one of my banners that I wanted to bring up of the storylines this week coming into it. All right, 6 weeks in, the preseason favorites and polls are a joke.
Yep.
You can throw Clemson in that mix too, but the only reason that Clemson looked good was that there was UNC football. That's just utter trash. Then you've got, does Ohio State have the horses to go back to back? We're going to find out more about Ohio State in the next couple of weeks, but I can tell you this, guys, that Penn State game, I don't even think it's going to be close when they go to the shoe in a few weeks.
It won't be. The team that scares me, Ole Miss is a great pick. The two teams that really have my attention, Texas A&M has my attention.
And I told you
Marcel Reed. Marcel Reed. That kid's a superstar. That kid is a superstar.
Ruben Owens at running back is a stud. If you've not seen that kid run the rock.
And Oregon. Oregon scares the bejeebus out of me because Dan Lanning can coach.
Yeah,
He's proven he can take anybody and make them and they got Indiana Saturday. That's going to be a fun football game. And Oregon, I like their chances of getting one of those top buys for they could be the only ones that beat Ohio State for the Big Ten title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree with that.
But Dan Lanning scares me because he can coach. He can coach.
Well, and Shane, look at Dante Moore's stats, by the way. 14 touchdowns to 1 interception. I mean, that is, I don't care who you are, to have that type of a stat line already, and you've not even, you were off last week, and to have that stat line, right now he's the front runner for the Heisman Trophy. Yeah. I've been hearing Carson Beck second now after the performance against Florida State. Go ahead, Shane. What's your thoughts?
I was saying, I mean, that's Heisman front runner numbers right there. You got 1 interception, 14 touchdowns, and he had a bye week last week. It's his for the taking. He's got to screw up completely for him not to get it.
Well, here's how bad UCLA is. He was the backup quarterback at UCLA, and they told him, really?
Hey, Larry, Miami tried to get him. He just didn't want to come to Miami because we had Josh Gaddis, Josh Ass Gaddis, that offensive coordinator at the time.
That's what he was.
Getting on custodians and women and everything like that while he was there.
Mr. 20 runs in a row. Mr. Josh 20 power eye runs in a was Gaddis. That's
got that best assistant award, and it was Harbaugh calling the plays or whatever.
That was that Michigan Penn State game, wasn't it? When he ran 25 times in a row, something like that.
Yep.
Jeez.
No, it's but and then that's the other thing too. And then to talk about Penn State, UCLA was going to go 0-12, and now you've got Rick Neuheisel's son, and you could lie to me that somebody took like one of them old Chat GPT pictures, and it looked like Rick Neuheisel
just like him
hoisted in the air, man. I mean, it was eerie, and I mean, props to the kid. He outcoached Franklin, and let me tell you this: if you're a Penn State fan right now, what the hell do you have to look forward to? What do you have? Nothing at this point. You may not even make it to one of the New Year's Day other like the Outback Bowl or whatever the hell it's called now.
That law's hurt. That law's hurt. You have to figure that Ohio State's going to beat them. So there's no coming back for them. I think they actually fall to 8-4 if they're lucky.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah, and we were making fun of their schedule the whole all off season, guys.
Little did we know that UCLA would be the one of all people to trip them up.
Right.
Never saw that coming.
No one saw that coming.
It's crazy. Well, and then here's the other thing too. I mean, we've already talked about the UNC football. How bad do you have to be? Because Kerry, if you remember, I messaged you on this. The fans didn't even make it to halftime.
Nope.
Larry, they didn't even give a damn to watch the band perform or any of that entertaining stuff they give you. They said, "The hell with this. Let's go to the library and study for midterms." I mean, that's what they did. I mean, that's bad, man. That is just.
I think the pep rally for UNC basketball started early because they left out the stadium and went to Cameron Indoor. I think that's just how bad it was.
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I've been there before. There's been times as a Tennessee fan where it was like, when does basketball season start? Or, I mean, like, we've been there before, but never to that degree that it was like, I mean, and then Dabo starts off the game with a trick play and they
Yeah.
score on it. I mean, that just sucks the life
Yep.
right out of it and so forth,
Heck,
honestly.
there was one play cut Cobb, they threw a bomb, and there were two guys wide open, and they high-fived each other to the end zone.
Ian Walker, and I think he's talking about James Franklin on this
Yep.
one. I'll say it again, modern day Kirk
Kirk
Ferentz.
Ferentz.
Absolutely.
I have something for you guys. I want to know if y'all saw it because I looked at it a couple of times, and at first it didn't hit me until I watched the replay, and it was funny. When on game day, when they had Belichick giving all of the props to Nick Saban and talking about how much Nick Saban meant to him, and Nick Saban gets on the mic and he says, "You're full of shit," and I was like, "Okay, is he joking?"
Somebody mentioned that to me.
Live television. Nick Saban, Belichick's like, he's all, just monotone and just statuesque. He's like, well, Nick and I have always been, great together. He taught me everything I know, everything I pull down, that I do. He gave typical Bill Belichick coach speak.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you watched it, you can tell, like, all right, you laying it on a little bit, but I was so glad Nick Saban, man, he goes to him and Pat McAfee, well, coach, what you think about? Well, I appreciate the comments, but that's bullshit. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
Hey, can I ask you guys something real quick, Larry? You just
Yeah.
brought something up to me. Is that the type of monotone voice he had when he was spitting game for the Gold Digger, or was it just that he just had to throw a wad of cash or whatever? That's my question or whatever, because I
Well,
see him and I see
She
her,
saw the
and
dollar
I'm like,
signs, man.
I know Don Shula got with some young women back in the day. Any given Sunday, Al Pacino, they had all that and so forth, and they went there with them. It was Don Shula. He was a good-looking guy back in the day.
If you ever watch a Belichick press conference, just watch when he talks. And when he talks, he's got a way that he kind of makes a motion with his mouth after every statement. And he's literally like, well, it's just what we have to do. It's going to be what it's going to. So if he's talking to that floozy, he's probably telling that floozy, well, I know there's an age difference and all, but age doesn't really mean anything to me. And, I have a lot of money, so I'll make it worth your while.
You have a weekly allowance, so
that's
here you
it.
go.
That's it.
Go to the mall and shop.
Is he pulling an R. Kelly thing? Age ain't nothing but a number.
Man.
Jeez. Well, and I'll tell you this: he has tarnished whatever legacy he had because more and more people are going to say it really was Tom Brady. Hate him all you want, guys, but it was Tom Brady. And then let's not to mention they got as much as you could out of the guys like the Wes Welkers and the Edelmans and the Amendolas, and Gronk was amazing. I mean, just think if Hernandez wasn't a murderer, you would have him that would have made them even more scary on offense or whatever like that, literally. So yeah,
Hey,
but
you want to talk about another coach? Do you remember back in the 80s and 90s when ESPN had prime time and Chris Berman and Tom Jackson were on, did the weekly show?
Oh, absolutely. That was my favorite part.
That was my favorite part, too. And Chris Berman had a story about Rasputin. He called Wayne Fontes, the old Detroit Lions coach, Rasputin, because every time he needed to win, he was about to get fired. He wins a big game. Billy Napier is this generation's Rasputin. Because every time we're getting close to firing him, he wins a game.
And DJ Lagway is not even Barry Sanders, and he's pulling them out for him, honestly.
Oh, my
God. I mean, Wayne Fontes, that's a name from the past. So,
and now Billy Napier is this generation's Rasputin.
Oh,
just when you want him gone, he won't die. He won't die.
Well, and Shane, let me ask you this. Talking about the preseason polls and so forth, let me tell you about a team that I'm going to give you a stat that, Kerry, you bring it. Shane, you bring them. Larry, you bring them. I've got one for you guys. Up until Florida State scored that field goal and only led for about a minute, Larry, before Miami went right down the field and took the lead back or whatever.
Right.
But that's not the point. The point is that other than Miami, there were two teams that have not been losing any game up to that point. The other team is still that same team that has not been losing at all. They have led every moment of all 5 games that they've won. Nobody's talking about them. We've mentioned them a time or two. This might make Ian mad being a Big 12 guy, but nobody's talking about the Texas Tech Red Raiders right now.
Oh,
And
wow.
they have not
Mhm.
been down at any moment with the schedule they've had. Now it's about to get a little bit better, but I'm just saying that takes something to not even be down,
Yeah, that does.
because even Ohio State's been down.
Yep.
I mean,
Right.
there's been
Right.
teams that have been down, and for Texas Tech to go 5 games and not be down at all, that's impressive. That's impressive right now. So we'll see what happens this week. So yeah, but
Yep. But I'll tell you what, this season has gotten crazy, and it's about to get crazier.
yep,
Teams should
absolutely.
now adapt the old Jim Valvano saying, survive and advance. That's
Yep.
what it's all about now. You don't have to
Yep.
be pretty. It doesn't have to be big. As long as you win, that's all that matters. Because now it's all about getting to a playoff and getting to a national championship. And there's about 25 teams right now with either one loss or no loss that has a shot to win the whole thing.
Mhm.
Can I tell you of a team that nobody's talking about as a group of 5 school? We've mentioned them. South Florida, man, they could run the table in the AAC and get that group of 5 spot as the 12th seed, because one of the spots of the 12 has to go to a group of 5 school. It's the highest ranked, and right now South Florida's got a great shot. They beat Florida. They lost to Miami. But realistically, if they could split those two and then go the rest of the way, why wouldn't somebody take them at 11-1 or 12 or whatever, 12-1, because they had the AAC conference or
And
whatever?
that's a possibility that they may play Memphis
Yes,
Right.
for that champion. And Memphis is another team that could get
Memphis
into
looking
that
good.
group of 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They beat
Memphis.
Arkansas. They've beaten Tulane. They've had a pretty impressive start to their season too. Yeah, that could be an interesting battle for that group of 5 between those two. And I don't know who else is out there, but right now those two are your leaders in the pack for that group of 5, man.
Shane, do you think that Texas has any shot of beating Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry? I mean, I know Mateer's
No,
still out. The
no.
Ohio quarterback, I'm sorry, not the Oklahoma backup, he was against Kent State, but we've played against him. I mean, what do you think? How could that go on
Te-
Saturday?
Texas is unimpressive. It's all over for them. They needed to. As much as I hate saying this, you have overthinking number 16 in your backfield running quarterback, and it's all very familiar of the way Peyton was in college. I mean, we love Peyton here, but it's not working there. If you go back and look at the way the competition Arch went up against in high school, he wasn't prepped for this in the SEC.
Mm.
I don't think there's anything to salvage this season. They'll finish. What's their record right now? 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
And now they're
3-2.
just getting into the heart of the SEC schedule. I mean, look what they got coming up. So, yeah.
They finish 8-4.
But this is the type of win in a
to
rivalry game.
lose to Florida, and Florida is ass.
Well, that game's in Austin, so I don't. Yeah, they already played.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in a
Ian says
rivalry
that
game like
the
this-
Bulls will perish this weekend, so Ian's got South Florida losing. So whatever I just said is probably going to go out the window. So he is the wise man. So yes, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I look at that game is the 3:30 game. I mean, here's the thing. I'm gonna if there's any game that we haven't talked about that was down there on the ticker of the top 25. Before I move on and start talking about this week's games, I will say this much: I was a little surprised Michigan didn't beat Wisconsin by more. To be honest with you, I really am. But realistically, I'm surprised Luke Fickell survived the week, because remember, I made the joke last week. He's probably the coach that gets fired or whatever. But again, I mean, Wisconsin is just looking, really, really bad at this point. And not that they were supposed to do anything, but with a coach that had, a lot of promise there, That's been a complete fail, and they're now in year 3, I believe, or year 4
Right.
as him as their head guy. So that stood out to me a little bit. So, but like I said, the UCLA and the Florida win, that was. That really stood out as the ones that were the shocker, and everything like that. But that being said, going to this week's games, I mean, my God, do we have some big time 7 games that I want us to pick this week, and a lot of them are on the bottom. I mean, you've got Alabama at Missouri at noon. Is that a trap game for Alabama, guys? I mean, Shane,
Yes.
go first. What do you think? I mean, on that, is that a trap game for Bama?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Could that be this year's Vanderbilt that was last year? I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, so.
Yes, because Vandy gave Alabama everything they had, and Alabama didn't pull away till the end. This is a trap game for Bama, but then I'm worried that if it does become the trap game for Bama, what do we get? So.
Yeah, and I was shocked that was a night game. I mean, it's been years since Tennessee Alabama has been a night game. I mean, and to be the game, it feels pretty good. I mean, that means that you are up there. But I just
that'll be what, back-to-back night games for us.
Yes, yes, yeah. I mean,
they'll announce the Kentucky game Monday. But yeah, that's a big. They think it's going to be 2 top 10 teams. I'm thinking game day probably will be down in Tuscaloosa for Tennessee and Alabama.
Is there any other big game that weekend other than that one on the 18th next week? Even though they were just there, but
USC and Notre Dame, which will be interesting. But I don't know. I don't know if there's any other big game other than Tennessee and Alabama. That might be the biggest game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
And yes, Missouri is a problem. Missouri is a big problem. Get this. The quarterback for Missouri was Drew Aller's backup at Penn State, and he got tired of waiting behind Drew Aller, so he transferred to Missouri.
And they're doing great. Missouri doing great.
He was the better quarterback out of the two, but James Franklin took Aller because of his pro aspirations. They think this other kid didn't have as many pro aspirations. It's turning out this kid is better than Drew Aller. And would have beaten Oregon and would have beaten UCLA. Nah. He lands in Eli's lap.
Well, and I'm going to tell you guys this. I got somebody that I got to bring on because he's ready. I think he gave me the thumbs up and so forth. He's ready to come on. And of course, I'm glad that he's able to come on because he knows that I wanted to wait to do an announcement with him because he was asked as well about this. He was asked through me and so forth. So, of course, I got to bring him on. Okay. He doesn't need any introduction, okay? First off, he is the co-founder of this show with me, Mr. 2003 West, the voice of the Runnin' Rebels and Lady Rebels for 20-plus years, and now the second year of the Panthers and Lady Panthers in basketball. I'm just going to say this much. It was a battle Saturday. I'll toot my horn for a couple minutes. And good game, brother. You're still my brother, but Miami did take care of business, and there is next year for you guys or whatever like that. But I love him to death. He is the one, the great, two-pair Tate. Brian Tate, bring him on, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Good to see you, James. Good to see you, Kerry. Good to see you, Shane. Larry, I enjoyed all your banter on Facebook, my brother. I enjoyed it. I don't think you told me to ice up, but that would have been cool. That would have been cool. I'm just gonna say this, man. That defensive line from Miami is ferocious, and it brings back to those days, the glory days of what they've had and what they were able to produce down there. Those dudes from Coral Gables were just a little bit better than those dudes in Tallahassee. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Two-pair, I love you, but nah, bro. They ain't a little bit better. They're a hell of a lot better. Let's call it like it is. Come on now. Don't start changing my boys like that.
They're
I love you, bro. I love you,
No,
bro.
they're a lot better. Look, can I not? Hey, can I be the motherfucker that don't want to believe that they are not better? Can I just say it themselves?
You can. You
No,
can.
no, no,
Because
no,
I
they
used to
are
say
really-
that when you all were kicking our ass for 8 years there
Hell
in
yeah.
in a row or whatever
No,
like that.
no, they're damn good. Like, in every phase of the football game, man, they're very, very strategic, very good. Like, I couldn't, to be honest with you, I'm not even. I'm more mad at the Virginia game still than the Miami game because they didn't go
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
It's like my expectations for that game died down once I saw what if you can't even go into Charlottesville, what makes you think you're that one of the top 5 teams in the country is going to come into Tallahassee? The moment got too big for them, and they're not on that. They're not on the level of what Miami's playing at an elite level. You know what I mean? An elite level, and that's 2 years in a row that they're playing at an elite level.
Mm-hmm.
You get one number 1 pick, and then you got one guy that's changed his whole trajectory by being with a winning team.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'm glad you brought that up because
Yeah.
Shane, Carrie, Larry, Duper, you can bring it up. Ask Georgia fans, how much are they missing Carson Beck right now, man? Because we love him down in Miami. He's doing great for us.
That's the
So,
best game.
He loves Miami. You can see
He
the
loves
difference
Miami.
in his face. You can see how happy he is.
That was the best game he's ever played between
Yeah.
Georgia and Miami. That is the finest game he has
Yeah.
ever played. He looked like every bit of the player that was coming out of high school. That was his moment, and I mean, he shined. The deep ball was hitting. He was in control. Everything that had NFL written all over him.
you know, he
Saturday
likes
night.
playing Florida State, not to troll, Tuper. You remember that Orange Bowl game a couple years ago that poor Florida State
Lit
got
him
put
up.
in there without Jordan Travis? And
He lit him
my
up.
God, like it was
Without
just like,
without Keon
I mean,
Coleman.
glad McConkey made money in
Yep.
that game.
There was no
Bowers
Keon
made money
Coleman.
in that game. I mean,
Yep.
good
There
God.
was no Keon Coleman.
No
There was no
Keon
Jordan
Coleman in that game.
Travis.
Yep.
Nothing.
Mhm.
Everybody sat out, and that
Everybody
game
sat
was
out.
just a mass. And then Georgia pretty much gave the middle finger to the college football playoff and said, just because we lost to Bama doesn't mean we ain't one of the 4 best teams. And honestly, looking back at it, I mean, if you'd had that 12, it's hard to say that Georgia team would have maybe made some noise in a 12-team playoff.
I think if it was a 12-team playoff, but you know, if ifs were fifths, we'd all be drunk.
Correct.
Yep.
It's wild to see what a change of scenery can do for a player. You know what I mean? A change of scenery, because I don't think it's as much as Carson Beck's fault as it was Mike Bobo's play calling.
That too.
And a lot of people are criticizing that. Keep going with it, Two-Pair. Keep talking.
Yeah.
I'm just stating because when you see an elite football team, like Miami's an elite football team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? From what I've gathered these past 3 to 4 weeks, going into week 6, yeah, they are an elite football team.
They are.
You know,
Starts up front.
what I
That's
will
right.
say is this is the first time I think in my lifetime that the number 1 and the number 2 team are not in the top 25. The preseason number 1 or number 2.
Yep.
I figured that's a storyline within itself because with Penn State, maybe it's me, but they've never won a big game in my eyes, like to where I say it was a significant win or a signature win. I don't even have a signature win that I can remember in the James Franklin era.
Because there was none.
It doesn't exist.
Exactly. It doesn't exist.
Like if even people try to bring up the playoffs,
That doesn't count.
that doesn't count.
Without the championship, that don't count.
Right.
That don't count. Like you can win a game in the playoffs, but we're talking. What does it look like against the upper echelon schools? What does it look like of the Oregons? What does it look like against the Georgias? What does it look like against the Miamis?
Like I said, 4-21, and now you're
4-21.
losing the little games.
One smile, okay? One smile.
You lost to a team who only scored 57 points the whole year, and you gave up 42.
I find it crazy that Penn State and Texas,
Mm-hmm.
Texas Like how bad is Texas to where we get Sarkeesian making a
Exactly.
statement
Mm-hmm.
that says 135 Division One. So you mean to tell me he was counting Kent State, Alcorn State?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But South Florida went there and won.
I'm
South
not going to
Florida went
make
there and
fun of
won.
it. I'm not going to make fun of it, guys, but somebody needs to check if he fell off the wagon because he's had sobriety issues in the
Yeah.
past. That's what cost him
Oh man,
the
don't do that to
USC
that
job.
man.
That's
Don't do
horrible,
that to
man.
that man.
No, I won't. I
Yeah,
won't.
he ain't fell
No.
off the wagon. He just had a good cup of Jack before he went to that press conference. That's what it was.
Well,
I
I'll tell you
mean,
this, Quinn Ewers, as much as that guy, there's a reason why he was still the starting quarterback the last few
absolutely,
Exactly.
years, man. I'm telling
absolutely
you.
reason why.
Shoot. Arch
The
wasn't ready.
reason. Yeah,
Nope.
no, I don't think he was. I don't think he was ready.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I want to do a quick announcement. Everybody just stay there. Two pair, you and me talked off screen, and I want to make an announcement. Obviously, the Rebels with a Cause show started back in December of 2023. It was off the heels of us winning the back-to-back state championship. We
Crazy,
had a
right?
great basketball team that was coming up, juniors. They had a good season. Some injuries derailed what could have been, and then that even carried over to the senior year. We had a very fun year last year. Football team, could they get the three-peat? Could they not? And obviously, there was controversy there in that Sevier County game. He was still in. Burdine was in,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not going
Yeah.
to
There was
go
a
there.
touchdown.
But that
It
was a
was a
touchdown.
touchdown.
But that being said, we can thank Sevier County for our title that is over there. But that being said, when a gentleman by the name that's been on our show, who we consider the best athletic director, Paul Romero, approaches me and says, "Hey, get with two pair and you know can you guys give some love and show up and cover our girls soccer team?" And why I'm going to do that is this. Last Thursday, two pair, you can talk about it for a couple minutes
Yeah.
because you
Oh
actually made it
man.
out there. I couldn't. I had another obligation I couldn't get out of. But
Mm.
shout out to the Lady Rebels soccer team. They beat CAK 6-1 last Thursday night. And because of that, they finished the season 11-1-1. The one loss was to private school Chattanooga Baylor that everybody loses to, and they recruit a bunch of Canadians in all sports. And the second was the tie to Bearden, who is the all everything soccer program for girls and boys in the state of Tennessee. Won multiple, not only state championships, but were the national champions just a couple years ago in all of girls soccer and all of high school. Anyway, there was a coin flip Thursday night, and West won the coin toss and will be the number one seed entering the district championship, first time in school history. And Paul Romero has asked himself and two pair Tate to do a high school game day live show on Tuesday where they will host either the winner of Farragut versus Maryville, and if West should happen to win that game, will be hosting the first ever district girls championship in the 75-year history of school. And so he's asked us to do a high school game day show next Tuesday night. And when the AD Paul Romero says, come out and support our girls, we're going to show up and do a game day show from Bill Wilson Field and support our girls next week. So, two pair, real quick, just give a shout out and talk about my third cousin, Charlie Freeman, and how badass them
Yeah.
girls are from the Lady Rebels
Oh
soccer
man.
team.
I'm gonna say this. Those girls, they might be the most impressive. They might be the most impressive soccer team I've seen since the days of like Caitlin Cody, the days of like Laura Eldridge. Like Charlie Freeman is a phenomenal soccer player. I got to the game, it was 2-1. I left the game, it was 6-1.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like and shout out to Sonny Trotter. He's one of the assistants on the team. I feel like
Shout out to Coach Castro. What he's done with this
Castro
program in
has done
3 years. I
a
mean,
phenomenal
wow.
job.
Yes.
And I just want to say it was like a full circle moment because the first sport I started announcing was soccer. I started announcing, I announced soccer, then baseball. When I wasn't playing football or basketball, I was always announcing.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
I was always figured, if I didn't go anywhere in the basketball field or that realm or football, I was gonna do something within communications or covering the game. So watching these girls, like these young ladies, like they're really good.
Oh yeah, they
Like
are.
the tempo they play with, it's like it's like watching the USA team type with, like, bro. It was 2-1 when I got there.
Mm-hmm.
It was 6-1 when I left.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, they're so deep. They rotate girls. They. I mean, they are a deep team, and they
Yeah,
have a shot not only to win district and a possible region, but they have a chance to maybe bring a gold ball in girls soccer back to Sutherland Avenue.
I think they
So
got a legit shot.
they do, they
Mm-hmm.
do.
But you know
And
what?
go ahead.
It's the people that work with them though.
Oh yeah.
Like the coaching staff. Like I think the combined coaching experience of those guys is well over, got to be 15 to 20 years. Because if you
Hmm.
add Sonny to the mix, it's well over 20 something years.
Oh
Because
yeah, because Sonny was coach when we were there 20 years
Sonny
ago.
was the coach when we were there. You
Yep,
know what I
with his
mean?
daughter. Yes. Yep.
And in the way I feel
I
like,
knew Sonny.
yeah, the
Great guy.
way the
Great
way
guy.
Sonny, you know what I'm saying? He's still an extension of that West dominance. Like the only team they were losing to were Beard and Farragut, right?
Hmm.
But he had that program in such a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like the Mary
Hmm.
Trotters of the world, like Emily Devines, the
Jenny
Lindsey
Singleton,
Stones,
Rachel
Jenny
Bass.
Singleton,
Yep. Audrey Huber.
the
Yep.
Audrey
So,
Huber,
yep.
like,
So,
oh
yep.
man, the list goes on.
It
Also, man, we
does.
got to give a big shout out to class of 2002 Miss West, Lindsay Vanover. I told her I was gonna
Yep.
give her a shout out on the show.
Yep.
She was
Absolutely.
2002 Miss West.
And Larry, real quick, just so to give you a history lesson, Shane and Carrie knew this. Not only was Two Pair the girls' soccer announcer
Mm-hmm.
for them, I was right there next to him in the press box covering girls' soccer for the newspaper for the West Wind or what have you. So when I wasn't playing
Yeah.
football, I was
Yep.
covering the other sports for the newspaper, and I got an award for covering them that season and so forth. And so Two Pairs up in the press box. I sit with him for part of the game, and then I'm down there getting interviews with these girls and the coach Trotter and everything like that, and putting an
Full
article
circle
out for the
moment.
newspaper. So it's full circle that him and me are going to be doing a game day show
There
on
you go.
Tuesday at 5:45. I believe the game starts at 7, but we're going to try to go on the air for 30 minutes prior to the game, and then him and I are going to take our seats and see if history can be made for these girls to go on this quest. It's going to be amazing. So, yep.
Well,
They
For sure.
think that
congratulations.
Yep.
athletes don't have other aspirations, or you got to find something after the sport is gone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I think I learned that at a young age. I learned that, you know I may not be playing basketball or football forever. What
Hmm.
would be the what would be the transition? And we do a we do a high school podcast where the guy in the back of me is the coach of the year in his first year. The soccer team does well. We got a men's volleyball team. We got girls flag football. We got a softball team that's pretty good. It's
Yep.
it's a it's a good time to be at West. I think the football team, those seniors, kind of realized something against um, Clinton
Hmm.
Friday. I think there was a switch that flipped,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
And real quick, I want to give them a quick shout out before we get back to the college football. West beat Clinton 56-21. Raheem Lee, Messiah Wren, and Jamari Goins combined for 5 touchdowns on the ground. Silas Monroe had a punt return for a touchdown. Nalaja Dickey had a pick 6. Jack Harrison to Zarian Umis for a passing touchdown. That was the offensive play of the game. I mean, West looked great, and this is the time to get hot. If they can just continue on shot, and they just got to just keep being flawless, and their next game is against William Blunt, not this Friday because of fall break, but next Friday on the road, and every game is an
yeah.
elimination game, and the guys even said to us they know that they can't lose another one. They've got to be perfect from here on out, and sometimes when your back's against the wall, that's when you're a dangerous opponent. So
I'll be out there with you next Friday.
yes we will.
I was not expecting that type of explosion. So I got to the game in the third quarter. We were still filming, and just the speed. It was a different speed that West hadn't been playing with. Like,
Oh yeah.
I felt like they changed a different gear, or
Yeah.
a little bit of that. Was Clinton that bad, or was West?
No, they really weren't. I mean, in fact, Clinton was kind of talking a little bit of smack in the press box, and lo and behold, West came out there and punched him in the mouth right from the beginning. I mean, we would have had 2 pick sixes, but the referee called a late block in the back hit
Yeah,
on
late
us on
block
the
in the back.
quarterback, which was ridiculous, and there was no block in the back. So poor Davis Neely, who wears my number 45, got robbed of a pick 6 that he could have had on his tape or whatever.
Wow.
But I mean, we were absolutely dominant,
They
and that
looked
was
better.
the team that we saw in the preseason and in the spring, and I'm hoping this is the team going forward as they get ready
Yeah.
for a playoff run potentially. It's going to be
I
hard,
felt
but
like
they can do it. I believe in them.
I
So,
just felt like the season, the way the season started. I mean, the first game is canceled, so you really don't know where you're at. Then you got to go to Maryville. Then you go to Alcoa. Then you go Central. That was a murderous row.
oh yeah, and
Um,
guys, I'm going to tell you this: Maryville and Alcoa are heads and shoulders above everybody else in the state.
everybody else, yeah.
Yeah.
But I
It's
just want to
always
do a
been that
little
way.
high school. Yeah, I mean, I want to do a little high school there and so forth because
Yeah.
we're excited. We're excited about the opportunity. We'll be there next Tuesday, and the weather's going to be absolutely gorgeous from what I understand. So hopefully we'll have a great time. Honestly. So yeah, for sure. So, but that being said, back to the college football discussion though.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's get back to it, guys.
Drew Perry, we were kind of talking when you jumped in there. We were talking about how bad you talked about who's been a disappointment. Then there's UNC football with all this money, and now they might have a coach that's been betting on the games or something, and this might get half out of there. I mean, where does North Carolina football go from here if they, get rid of Belichick and maybe there's a clause in there that they don't have to pay because of this, kind of like what Tennessee happened with Pruitt. But my question is, who goes back to North Carolina? I mean, they got rid of a Hall of Famer in Mac Brown, for goodness sakes.
Well,
So,
this is what I say with North Carolina. If you feel as if Bill Belichick is gonna take you to places that Mac Brown couldn't take you, be my guest, because the NFL game is a lot different than the college football game. Like it's not the same game. Like, and you're starting to see some of those archaic NFL things you can't do into the vibrant thing that college football is. It's very meticulous in a way. You know what I'm saying? You can't change that formula. Like that NFL formula, that was the past of the NFL. That was what worked in the NFL, right? You're taking what you know at the highest level into a level of where I don't know if your guys are even disciplined enough to have that. Like you pick your guys that you want, and I don't know if it's a proper evaluation of what he wants and to put them into the proper position to make plays.
Well, can I ask you something? And Larry, I want you to chime in on this because you guys are obviously big UNC basketball fans. You know,
Absolutely.
UNC,
Absolutely.
is now 3 years away since the last Final Four when they knocked off Duke, came up short against Kansas. But my question is this: Hubert's kind of on the hot seat, but Hubert feels he's got a team this year. They got some good transfers. They got a really talented freshman in Caleb Love. My question though is this:
Hold
is
on, Caleb Love.
isn't that his name?
He transferred again?
No. I'm sorry. Who is it?
Yeah, Caleb Love transferred out.
Who is
Yeah,
the
he transferred.
badass freshman that they've got? They were
I was
talking. I'm
like,
sorry. I didn't mean to say
hold
Caleb
on,
Love.
what?
Who was it? My bad. Wait a minute.
No,
There's a
no,
kid
you
that they
you're
just
good.
got. But Hubert was talking about him at ACC Media Days today and so forth. He was a top 5 recruit that's there. For North Carolina. I've got to look him, but anyway. But what I'm getting at is,
You almost scared me there. I was like, I thought this dude didn't have no more
no, I
eligibility.
think Caleb Love's playing in Italy overseas. But that being said, but my thing is that all this money that they've invested into UNC football. Realistically, the bread and butter has always been basketball.
Always been basketball.
And
Always will be.
question is, and guys, talk amongst yourselves because I really want to look this up. Is of this player, though? Like, are you kind of surprised that they went all in on football? With the fact that there has been kind of rumors that they want to leave the ACC, but why would you do that though? I mean, the ACC is Tobacco Road and basketball and so on. So
It's surprising. It's surprising because you had Mac Brown, who let's call it what it is. North Carolina will never ever win a national championship in football. That will never happen.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't
so.
see
Like,
it either.
The ceiling for them, right? It's not going to happen. The ceiling for them is an ACC championship, and that's a long shot. So I think North Carolina football, anything above or at 8 wins a year is a successful season at North Carolina. And to get 8 wins or better a season, you don't have to go all in and invest that much money and pay a guy who's obviously past his prime and who obviously, I mean, his last 3 or 4 years in New England should have told you maybe he's not it. If he couldn't continue winning in the NFL doing what he mastered, obviously because TB12 is retired, that's the reason why he did what he did in the first place.
Yep.
What makes you think that giving him all that money that he would still have it? I mean, the guy to two pairs point, the guy obviously still thinks it's 2010, and he's got Deion Branch and those guys, and Gerard Mayo and all of them. Like
not the same. It's not the same.
It's not the same. It's not the same. And
Not the same.
It just tarnishes his legacy. And it goes back to what I said earlier. It's when he was giving props and love to Nick Saban on game day, and Nick Saban told him, "You're full of shit." And I don't think that was. I'm gonna go back to it. I don't think that was said to him in jest of, the props that he gave. I think Nick Saban threw a shady shot at him being in the college game. You're full of shit.
I think he was serious. I agree.
Yeah.
Well, and Shane,
he disguised it as coach speak.
And Shane, I want you to just chime in on this, and Carrie, you as well. Let's think about this, guys. Just a couple of years ago, North Carolina, I believe Virginia was even in this conversation, along with Clemson and Florida State. They were wanting to leave the ACC to go to the SEC for what? This isn't just baseball that you got to play. You got to play basketball. You got to play football. And I mean, what? You'd be the bottom of.
I think
at this point.
I wonder if it was more because the competitiveness and dominance of the SEC is showing, and the only way you're going to get better players is if you go to a better conference.
The TV deal
So you're
also
going
has
to
something
compete.
to do
Yeah, I
with it.
think it's more the
Yeah.
TV deal more than anything else. It's a big freaking deal.
It's like an act of Congress to get out of the ACC, though.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because you have to pay. Florida State couldn't get out of it because they have to pay $12 million or something like that just to get out of the ACC.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
look at
basic.
for SMU. They had to pay to get in, and then they didn't even get any bowl revenue money share or whatever because they weren't Stanford and Cal. At least Stanford. I don't know who negotiated that for SMU, but SMU almost won the damn conference in
That's
their
a hell
first
of a
year. God
shady
love them.
deal.
So
That's a
yeah.
hell of a
SMU's
shady
got that
deal.
oil. They got all that oil money still
Yeah.
down there in Texas. They
They
can
do.
afford to not pay anything, to
Yeah,
not make
That's
any
yeah.
fair.
money in the
They got a
ACC.
cushion with that oil money.
Exactly.
That's
They got a
fair.
nice cushion.
Yeah.
SMU, the home of NIL.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. The original, hey, the Pony Express, baby.
Hey,
So
Pony
yeah.
Express.
So
Yeah, they got the death penalty for what would be considered today perfectly legal.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
That's
Yeah.
what's bad about it.
And you talk about full circle right there, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just nuts to me and so forth. Well, it was Caleb Wilson, by the way, 5-star, number 5
Caleb
player coming out,
Wilson.
6'10". Coach Hubert raved about him today at ACC Media Days, and that's just kind of exciting in itself that basketball's right here, guys. I mean, and got a big preseason game between Tennessee and Duke in a couple of weeks or whatever.
Tennessee Duke, that's gonna be big.
Yeah, I
ESPN
managed to
too.
get a ticket. They sold out in 5 minutes, guys. I mean, there was donors got a first crack at it the Wednesday and Thursday. General public went on sale at 10 o'clock. By 10:05, you were paying secondary market prices.
Hey.
I was lucky.
And it's going to be on
Section
ESPN.
4. It's going to be
And
on
it's gonna be on
ESPN. Watch
ESPN
it
too.
there and so
Yep.
forth. And here's the best part about it: you'll get to see both teams, and it doesn't even count. But
Yep.
That's the
that's
greatest
just
part.
how big Tennessee basketball has gotten. That and when you got an opponent like that coming in, it's pretty cool that the preseason game. At least you're not playing. No offense, Carson Newman or Tusk. You know what you do against those
How
teams,
nice is
man,
this roster though? Like,
Hey,
good roster.
Nate
guys.
Jimmy
Avent.
Dykes likes it. Jimmy Dykes likes it.
Nate Avent. listen for that name for
Nate
Tennessee.
Avent.
Nate
He was the number
Avent.
4 player coming out of high school.
That dude,
Yep.
I saw him play in high school. That
Top
dude,
5 players.
Yep.
Yep.
They are
coulda
saying
went-
he is definitely going to be a top draft pick.
He
Yep.
could have went to the NBA. He's that good. He's that good.
But
Yeah.
I'm really interested in the year that JP Australia could have. I feel like he could be a huge factor on this team.
Right now, he's on the preseason list for National Six Men of the Year.
Yeah, I like Australia a lot. I like JP.
I do too.
And I thought he played so well against Zach Edey in that tournament game
I thought
a couple years back.
That game put him on the map.
Yeah, that game actually, you know what I'm saying, put the awareness that he was going to be one of those guys that you could kind of lean on for the next few years. But I want to get back to this football talk.
Yeah, going back to football. I'm sorry, but I was just talking about.
No.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said it, but I saw the statement where Bill Belichick said he's fully committed. Like, what does that fully commitment look like? Because it doesn't show on the field.
Straight jacket?
I don't know if he's fully committed, but he needs to be fully committed.
He needs
If
to
you
be
ask me.
fully committed.
I mean, Two-Pair, I was just I just was embarrassed because those fans were leaving in the second quarter, man.
They
were
left.
gone. They didn't even stay to watch the band perform or none of the halftime stuff that you have to entertain the crowd who doesn't want to get up for the concessions and stand in long lines at the bathroom. No, they figured, let's go study for midterms at the library, man.
They said it's over,
honestly.
boss. We
It's
gone,
over.
boss.
Yeah.
We gone.
Hey, they wanted to get back to the
We ain't
dorm,
watching no more.
out of the sun, and let's watch some real good football games because there were some great ones. But you look at the ticker down below, guys. What are some big games this week that you're looking forward to? I mean, I've got the game, the time, and the channel that's going to be on, and I'm telling you, man, look at that Ohio State Illinois game. Could they be caught napping a noon snoozer there?
I don't like those noon football games. I do not like high noon
I
football games.
I hate noon games.
Yep.
I hate noon games.
Alabama better watch out.
Look, this is just me. I like the 3:30 ball game. I like the 4:15. I like the 7. I don't like the 9 o'clock ball game that I gotta watch for the West Coast.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think those 9 o'clock ball games, 9 o'clock and 12, are just difficult times to get to get you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
mentally focused at 12, 1 o'clock, perfect. They give me a little time to get in the rhythm. But
Yeah.
that 12 o'clock game, ugh. I hate it for anybody that has that high noon game in the travel.
Yep.
Well, Larry, we missed the old Hawaii midnight games on the old Fox
I
West
know.
or
I
whatever like
missed that.
I
I
do
missed
miss them.
those
I miss
games,
Yeah,
man.
till
June
1:30 in
Jones
the
and,
morning.
and Britton Comine and all them guys that been playing
Timmy,
Fresno
Hey
Tim,
man,
State
Timmy
and Pat
Chang.
yep,
Hill and Boise State, all them
Timmy
dudes or
yep.
whatever
Chang.
I
back in
missed
the
that
day.
game, man. I missed that. I missed those days.
Shout
If you
out
wanted to,
to
you could be
Coach
up till
Brennan,
3 damn
bro. Oh
30 in
my
the
God, I
morning
used to
going
Timmy
love
over there.
watching
Chang,
Coach
Timmy
Brennan play.
Timmy
Chang,
Chang.
man.
Those were the days, man.
Yo,
Timmy
Coach
Chang.
Brennan, God
Timmy
rest his
Chang was a
God
soul.
rest his
He
soul.
was so fun to watch.
Timmy
Yeah.
Chang, man.
Well, and Timmy
Oh,
Bad
Chang's the
brother.
Timmy
coach
Chang.
now of
Yep,
Hawaii.
he's
That's
the
the
coach
best
of
part.
Hawaii.
I mean,
Yep.
he's the
Timmy Chang
full
was a
circle
bad
for
brother.
him. I
Colt
mean,
Timmy,
Brennan.
hey, you know what? Timmy Chang, Marcus Tuiasa
Yep.
Soko, those type of quarterbacks. College
yeah,
football, man.
yeah.
Oh, we had a
Well,
time.
well, I'll tell you one thing. That USC kid Via or whatever like that. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm
my
I'm looking forward to that game that they play this week. And then you, like you mentioned, Kerry, they got to go to Notre Dame or what have you
that's a
here in a
yeah.
couple weeks. So yeah,
Their next three games after Michigan is Notre Dame, Oregon, and Ohio State. Good luck.
Mm.
If they
hmm
don't beat Michigan, they could go 0-4. And
yep.
Lincoln Riley could be in some serious trouble out there at USC.
Well, and I
Yeah.
got one for you guys. Does Florida do the magic twice against another Texas school? This time, though, they got to go to play the 12th man on
You
the
mean
road.
does Rasputin win another one? Yeah, you never know. You never know, man.
It's
Well,
possible.
It's
I'll tell
very
you this:
possible.
the Gators' defense is no joke,
The
but
defense gives them a chance. Is whether or
Yes,
not
it does.
Lagway and the offense can step up. And the thing about it, A&M's defense, Notre
mhm,
Dame showed you they can be
Yep.
scored on.
They can be
yeah.
scored on.
And the
But
Gators'
Marcel,
running game is actually pretty decent, like Notre
Yeah,
Dame's running game. I mean, realistically, I think Notre Dame, if their holder just catches the ball and holds it,
they
I
win.
mean, they probably win in overtime. But it like Two Pair said, ifs, if ifs or fifths, we'd all be. But
Let me tell
Yep.
you.
I'm just
It's
saying
my
though, like,
motto
yeah.
for 2020, 2026. That's my
Yep.
motto.
Well,
Hey,
and Two Pair, I like Shane's motto of what he said in the chat to us on Saturday. Any team is beatable at this
yeah,
point.
exactly.
You screw around, have turnovers, bad weather, referees making horrendous calls like what we
Yeah.
talked about. Larry. I mean, so I'm just saying that anything can happen this weekend. It's going to be a fun weekend of football, but I'm just shocked that here we were talking about maybe Oklahoma versus Texas hosting game day, the Red River rivalry, but nobody could have predicted it would be Oklahoma that would be the higher ranked team, and Texas wouldn't even be ranked at this point.
Yep.
That's what's just
I,
crazy
I
to
I
me.
feel like just me. When we look at Texas, is there more to Manning at quarterback? Like I don't know. I don't know if I'm over analyzing something, but they don't look good at all. Like
No,
they, they
No.
just don't. They don't look like a team that should have been ranked
to
top
begin
five.
with.
Well,
To begin with.
it
what
was
you missed
hype.
at
It
the
was hype
beginning.
because of the Manning being the quarterback.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
That's
man.
it. That's it.
Guys, if you pay attention to their roster and the money that they've invested, it's not even just Manning who commands a 4.55 million NIL deal, which is incredible. Okay, I mean he was
Yep.
making more than Cooper Flag guys last year. Okay, I know it's
Cooper
a different
Flag was the best
sports.
player in college basketball.
Exactly, but
Yep.
that's the difference right there of the sports. But my point is that he commanded that. You're paying $50,000 for the best offensive lineman from an NIL deal to make commercials for their company or something like that. You've got a stable of running backs. I know that Cedric Baxter got hurt, and that might have changed some things. But
Mm-hmm.
his backup was the number one running back coming out of high school from IMG a couple years ago, in Jarrett Gibson. You had Wingo, who was considered the second or third behind Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams from Alabama. Why is he not doing anything? So you're right.
Yep.
There's something wrong there. But Larry, like you mentioned, that quarterback comes in there, slings a 20-yard ball down the field like it's nothing. Quarterback controversy? What do we think at this point? So
Well,
shoot,
Sarkisian won't allow that to happen
never.
because
No.
if he was to Because when Manning's helmet came off and he was on the sidelines, let's just play devil's advocate.
Sure.
All right.
The backup quarterback comes in, he throws that pass. Best looking pass of the entire game.
32 seconds on the clock. Keep going. So
If he keeps that guy in there, and even if they don't get a touchdown, but he can lead that team, he can lead Texas down the field and engineer a drive to at least give him a chance. You have a quarterback controversy.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to Arch Manning transferring. Arch Manning is going to end up at Ole Miss, where his grandpa and his uncle played.
Dan technically his dad.
Dad technically played until his injury and illness.
To that bad injury. And he was a good wide receiver.
He was a really good wide receiver.
He was the
You really can't even call that an injury. It's more like an actual health condition.
It was a disease. It was a disease. It was a disease.
Condition. Yeah, something spinal. Yeah.
What, spinal stenosis or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
And the thing about it is that high school, that Newman High School, obviously it produced Peyton and Eli, but Newman also produced Ryan Clark and Odell Beckham Jr.
Yep.
Odell Beckham Jr.
And that little 2A high school down there in New Orleans. And the irony is, I watched Arch. I think I might have said it here. I told it. I definitely on YouTube. My daughter and Arch graduated the same year. They were at rival schools in the district. So I saw Arch live their senior year.
Okay.
I was not impressed.
You were not impressed. Yep. I remember that conversation we had.
I was not impressed. Arch, I will give him credit at the time. Arch had a lot of Eli Manning in him. He would run a little bit. Of all of the family members, Arch to me has his granddaddy's attributes the most.
Yeah.
The athleticism.
He has the athleticism
easily
of his grandpa, of Arch.
Yep.
He definitely doesn't have Peyton's IQ.
No.
And Peyton's ability. And to me, he ain't as tough.
Then
as
again, not
Eli.
a whole lot of people have Peyton's IQ.
Yeah, Eli was tough as shit, man. He took some beating.
Eli was tough.
So,
you know,
and he also
Arch,
played in New York. If you could play in New York and dealt with what he dealt with, Eli was a tough man. Yeah. Eli was
he was the Patriot killer, man. He was he's the reason why there's not 8 Super Bowl rings on Brady's finger.
Or 9. He doesn't have 9.
Athletically, how would you rank that family?
Was that?
Athletically, how would you rank that family from top to bottom?
Well, the thing about it was Cooper, his dad, he was a senior when Peyton was a sophomore.
Sophomore, yep.
He was a sophomore.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And Cooper was a wide receiver. He did punt returns, kick returns. Cooper was the most. Now, if anybody got anything from Arch, from their dad, it was Cooper.
It was Cooper. Yeah.
But that spinal condition, which they didn't know until it, affected him,
Yeah, he started losing feeling in all of his ligaments.
Yeah. That's what derailed him. But that family athletically, it's just Archie, Cooper definitely had multi-facets as far as being athletic.
Yeah.
They could run, they were elusive, they could throw. Now, obviously, Peyton didn't get no agility from Pops.
Nope.
He got everything else. The IQ. He got the IQ, the arm, and everything else.
He got that. And Eli, I think, has the most grit out of all of them. Eli can throw. He's not a consistent good thrower, but he can make big throws.
Big throws.
We all remember, those throws in the Super Bowl. David Tyree,
two iconic ones.
Onions.
So. And
Mario Manningham right on the sideline. That was nasty.
Yes.
David Tyree.
Yes. Yep. So you have. I just think Arch is in the wrong system.
Yeah.
I think Steve Sarkisian, as much credit as he gets as an offensive mind, I just don't think he can do it with Arch. I think Arch would have benefited the most by going to Ole Miss with Lane.
With Lane Kiffin.
Because think if he would have went and sat last year behind he'd have been a Jackson Dart.
Behind Jackson Dart. Yep.
Okay. And then now the quarterback gets hurt. Now, obviously, Trinidad Chambliss comes in, and that's my dark horse for the Heisman.
Yeah, easily.
He's playing great.
That kid
low key.
low key, he's saying something about the
Yeah,
Heisman. Like he's one of those. He's one of those. He could make a great dark horse.
Yes, he
yeah.
could.
That team, it just is amazing me because I really thought they were going to take a step back, losing Walter Nolan, losing Jackson Dart, and all their fun guys last year, but man, they look good. And the schedule, like you guys mentioned, I mean, they have a great opportunity to not only make the SEC title game, but I would even argue that even if they don't make the SEC title game, they'll get a great at-large spot, maybe
Oh
even
yeah,
host.
easy,
So, yeah,
easy.
that's a good point.
The thing about the knock on Lane Kiffin has always been that he can't win the big game. He can win 10 games a year, but he can't beat Georgia. He can't beat Alabama.
Yep.
That's always been his knock. Well, his opportunity to beat Georgia is about to come up,
Yep.
And he doesn't see Alabama.
and he doesn't have to deal with Alabama.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
So,
Yeah.
yeah. They've already taken care of LSU, who was a thorn in their side.
They took care of
And
Arkansas.
They
So,
took care of Arkansas, who was a thorn in their side. So if they can stay grounded and finish with a 10-win season, even if they drop to Georgia, they're definitely getting an at-large. But I'll be honest with you. I honestly think low-key they're going to beat Georgia because Georgia's
think
not
so
showing
too.
me anything.
I still say Tennessee left one out there, man. That sucked.
Oh yeah,
should've
we
won that game.
lost,
I
we lost
said
that game.
Yep.
We gave that game away. Like
Yeah.
it's hands down. Like
Yeah.
we got way
It
too
ain't so
conservative,
much
and
Georgia
that's our
won
issue.
that game. It ain't so much Georgia won that game. It's so
Yeah.
much that Tennessee gave it away.
Gave it away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
And that just can't you can't in the second and third quarter of games, and let them get into it. You had the foot on their throat. I mean, they were done. I thought they were done, but that's
you
why
know
it's
what?
a 60-minute game. It's a 60-minute
But
game.
you know
It's
what?
a
I give Tennessee
65-minute
credit.
game.
That game against Mississippi State proved to me they learned from the Georgia game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That
I
was
think they
a
were. I
game-
think they were still a little beat up from it.
They
and
were
that's
still
why that
beat
game
up
was
from
the way
it.
they did.
War.
But they
That was
pulled
a war.
themselves together and won a game in overtime that in reality they had a big chance of losing that one too, but they pulled together. I think that experience with Georgia helped them down in Mississippi State,
Yes.
and
Sure
they
did.
remembered what happened. That carried on. And I think from here on in, their season, I look at their schedule. I look at a lot of teams' schedule. You could have an SEC championship game with no Alabama, no Georgia, no Texas. That's how good the SEC has been this year. You could have a championship
Goes back to
game.
anyone.
Anything can
Everybody's
happen.
beatable. Everybody can win a game.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, coming into last weekend, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Vanderbilt, and I forgot who else the other four. They had never played in the SEC championship game. You've got a chance that two of those four could play for the first time completely, and no one would see it coming.
They wouldn't. Well, and I'm going to give you guys one real quick, because I do want to get back to college football. I have 7 games for us to pick this week because I do want to touch a little bit on the NFL here in a minute. But real quick, one game we've kind of talked about it a little bit, but I'm going to tell you this. Indiana at Oregon, 3:30 CBS. It's in Autzen. Game day is going to be there. Right now, Oregon has the longest home game winning streak. I can't stand Indiana's coach Cincinnati, but damn it, he can coach. And what he's done with Indiana is beyond me. But that being said, this Mendoza kid and
Is the deal.
He's a real deal. And then you've got, we've already mentioned Dante Moore over at Oregon, who's the front runner for the Heisman. What are you guys thinking? Does Indiana have a shot at this? Because I'll tell you this, they went into Illinois and whipped them, and I'm sure they've gotten Oregon's attention. And Oregon's had 2 weeks to prepare for this game since they were off last week. So it's an intriguing game that's not has anything to do with
It's
this.
very intriguing.
Yeah.
It is very intriguing because this is a golden opportunity for Indiana. Indiana football has really never been as relevant as they've been over the last year and a half.
Right.
You go into Autzen, one of the toughest places in college football, and beat Oregon, you're on the map. Signetti, he won't be able to stop talking. If he pulls this off, you won't shut him up for the rest of the year. And they got a shot to win the whole thing. And the other thing, they host Penn State. later in the year. That's the only other team. They don't see Ohio State.
Yep.
They don't see Michigan. The only other team they got is Penn State, and they see them in November.
And I think they run them off the field by 14
Exactly.
points, guys. I
Yep.
really believe that.
easy.
Because Penn State will mail it in if they haven't already at this point. So
As a matter of fact, this is a possibility of them facing each other twice. This could be your Big Ten championship game as well.
Right.
Who the hell does Penn State got this week? Nobody cares, but I'm just curious or whatever. Do they
I think
even
they're
play?
off this week.
God.
Well, they played last week and they were off. So
Yeah, they were off last week too. They were off last week too. You got
Yeah.
that right.
Well, there's
dear
always
God.
basketball season. Oh,
no,
they
no.
stay
they
in
got
that,
Northwestern.
They played Northwestern.
Oh.
And they beat UCLA. But Penn State couldn't.
Oh my God! Where's that game at? Is that in Happy Valley or
Yeah, I
It's
think
Happy
it's
Mad
Valley.
Valley or what? So
I wouldn't call it Happy Valley. I don't think there's too many people happy up there.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing for my wager people. Penn State is favored by 21.5. I'm taking Northwestern.
I'm taking
why not?
Northwestern.
Why not? I mean, you got Drew Aller eyeballing chicks in the stands or whatever, playmaker style from that show in 2003.
And like I said,
man.
the better quarterback between him and Bo Perot is Bo, and he went to Missouri. Look how good Missouri is.
Oh yeah.
That could have been Penn State if they had chose the right guy.
Yep. Hey, listen, don't sleep on Missouri against Alabama, man.
That's going to be a tough one.
Two-pair mentioned that noon game stuff, man. That could be a noon game. And Missouri's always been known to knock off somebody that they always weren't supposed to.
Here's the thing you have to look at about Alabama. Alabama just came off of that emotional game with Georgia a few weeks ago. They just got over the hump with that emotional game with Vandy last week. You got Tennessee. You're looking at them down the line.
Next week.
Missouri, next week. Missouri is, if anything, can take advantage of this thing. Yep. And I can see Missouri, like y'all said earlier, being this year's Vanderbilt. Because even though they avenged the loss to Vanderbilt, they didn't dominate Vanderbilt last week in Tuscaloosa. So what reason do I have to believe they're going to go up to Columbia, Missouri and dominate?
Gary, you took the words.
Diego Palma cost them 14 points.
Guys, and can I tell you this?
Fumble
doesn't
happen in the second quarter, it's a completely different ball game.
Well, and what if they go up 14-0? You know,
exactly.
And then here's the other thing too. My question, more than anything, is if you had told me before that game that Vanderbilt's defense would have held up, it did. I was shocked, guys. I mean, because realistically, sure, they gave up a little bit of a play here and there, but for the most part, that garbage score at the end. I mean, Pavia. It was Stowers, the tight end that I'm crazy about. You know, that ball was there and he dropped that pass. I mean, there's still life if he makes that catch 9 out of the other 10 times.
Here's the thing about Vanderbilt that I don't think a lot of people understand. Vanderbilt just needs some more bodies.
Yes,
they got something special brewing
that
up
coach,
there.
Man, he's good.
That's Clark Lee's a good coach.
I mean, look, that's up y'all. That's in y'all neck of the woods. I mean, Vanderbilt was always a laughing stock of college football all those years. They were baby brother to Tennessee. Right now, I have to wonder, you know, I know Tennessee is still big brother, but Vanderbilt took a growth spurt over the summer, and now they're looking to knock big brother on his ass.
Well, and I'm going to tell you something that I've kind of kept quiet to myself.
Very true.
The city of Nashville sells itself, and it's become big time as of late. And here's the thing. I mean, look, I'm not going to compare apples to oranges. They need dudes. There's NIL money. You've got rich people there, okay? The city and all that stuff. Here's the thing. It's a recruiting opportunity that it's kind of like Miami, a private school in the city, and you could bring people in. This NIL thing can make anybody good if you invest it correctly. North Carolina has not, but now you see what Vanderbilt's doing, and they a couple of dudes from other schools that is just shocking to me, you know.
But the problem is with their high donors there in Nashville, most of those high donors are UT fans. They're not going to give money to Vanderbilt.
That's true also. No,
that's part of the
problem. They don't have the alumni base to bring
exactly
in that
what
money.
Tennessee does.
Right.
No, they're more scientists and stuff like that. They don't care about football.
What they're going to have to do to compete is they're going to have to continue using transfer portal and NIL. And here's my thing. you need to start looking around at some disgruntled players across the country.
Exactly.
And see what you can sell them. Let them know, hey, you may go to one of these other big time programs and you're going to have to fight for playing time. Well, I can't promise you playing time, but I can promise you a better opportunity at playing time coming in at Vanderbilt than you would see at Alabama or Ohio State or whatever. That's what you're going to have to do.
And now there's only one transfer portal because the news came out today.
They eliminated the spring.
Eliminated the spring.
Yeah.
And the winter transports will start after the quarterfinals of the college football playoff.
Which is good. We don't have these people opting out.
I kind of wish it was after the semifinals.
I will give you something to look out for. It hasn't hit national. I mean, it hit national news, but obviously the thing with Kyron Lacey, as James knows, y'all know, Kyron is my little cousin. That's my cousin.
Okay, yeah.
So Brian Kelly's comments yesterday, or whenever that press conference was.
I think it was Monday. I think it was Monday morning.
Monday. Yeah.
Awful.
Those comments have really pissed off a lot of people, and there's a lot of chatter that LSU is about to see a lot of turnover.
Yep.
Already there were a lot of disgruntled people because of the team and the outcome of the team and what they're failing to do. But the fact that the evidence, and I'm not trying to change the subject, but just a tidbit.
Oh, no.
No, but you need to.
The fact that the evidence was supported by Matt Ory.
Yep.
I knew Matt, which the Matt you see right now, Matt has always been like that. He's always been. Yeah, he's always been. About him. He was a year behind me in school. He's always been like that. Well, anyway, the evidence clearly proved that Kyron did not cause the accident.
Yeah.
So for Brian Kelly to say that I'm still waiting on proof.
They've already shown video footage.
Exactly.
He was what, 76
yards? 76 yards away upon impact.
Yeah.
If you look at the video, you see the impact. And at least 3 seconds later, Kyron, and he's not even driving reckless. And what the state police are doing is they're trying to throw the onus back on Kyron, saying that he was passing in a no passing zone. That section where that accident happened is about 12 miles from me. I pass that way all the time. Everybody passes it, and I do it.
Wow.
So, like Matt said, what I appreciated was I'm not trying to say that give him a pass on passing in a no passing zone. Yes, he was wrong for that. But he did not cause this accident. Well, I say all that to say this.
No.
There are a lot of people that do not like what's going on. So if anybody needs any quality players, LSU is going to be get ready.
That number one recruiting class might fall apart before it even has even set foot on campus.
I am personally hoping that DJ Pickett goes back to Miami, because seeing what Miami's doing, and Miami was in the running for DJ Pickett until the very end, I'm hoping his cousin Booker is on the team. Come on.
Yeah, what about that badass offensive lineman? Lamar Brown is his name or something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, he's the number one player. Somebody needs to jump on him, man, honestly. So, shoot.
Who's the receiver that Tennessee got from LSU that turned that
Tristan Keys?
Tristan Keys, yep. Flipped LSU to Tennessee. So,
Yeah, that had to do with the Adidas signing, too, though.
Yeah, that's true. But
and then they got another guy that was on board with them who's like the number 3 receiver or something. He's a big name too. That guy needs to go somewhere else or whatever. I mean, all I'm saying is this: I hope Vanderbilt. I Pavia, whatever. I hope Vanderbilt kicks LSU's ass in 2 weeks.
Next week we'll see.
In 2 weeks,
once and for all. So that's and eliminate them, because
disgruntled
that would be
players
lost number
get
2.
a good look at Vandy in 2 weeks.
Well, pay attention to this weekend because it's homecoming. It's homecoming this weekend. They got South Carolina.
That's right. They play South Carolina.
Pay attention to how LSU comes out. If LSU is flat and they're struggling like they have been, the wheels are going to fall off and the doors are going to fall off.
Yeah, because their schedule gets harder at this point.
Oh, absolutely. They still got A&M on the schedule. They still got Oklahoma. They got Vanderbilt. They got Alabama.
Arkansas.
It's about to get real.
Yeah, couldn't happen to a nicer bunch, and I was very sorry to see that he said that, and he's just an idiot. He's just
Kelly's an idiot,
moron. And
I can tell you this much: at the funeral, they came down. He said some words. but he did not support the family. When the initial accusations came out in December, Kyron's dad, my cousin Kenny, went to Brian Kelly, called him, and asked him, with everything that's going on, they're crucifying him. Now, I'm not asking you to say he's guilty or innocent because you can't say that because you don't know. That has to be proven. But can you at least speak on his character? And he told Kenny, that is not our matter. We wish you luck. We support you, but that is not for us to do.
Oh, man.
So
that is not our matter.
That is not our matter. And here's the thing. The
Wow.
timing of it happened because when the accident happened, Kyron had already said he wasn't playing in the bowl game and he was going to declare for the NFL draft. So Brian Kelly was pissed off.
And now you have 2 weeks.
That dude is dirty, man.
He is. I
already saw how he was as a person with the I'm drawing a blank on his name. The one who is in the wheelchair now.
Who's in a wheelchair now?
Yeah, the one that had the brain condition, the brain tumor.
I forgot what his name was.
Yeah. See, every time I've watched his interview, like I break down in tears every time.
On the pivot with Ryan Clark, because after Ryan Clark talks to him and they wheel him out, Ryan Clark just breaks down because he's that hurts, man.
Yeah, that hurts, bro.
But this hearing that whole story and the way Kelly is, like, man, he's a piece of shit human being.
Yeah. Why would you want to go play for a dick like that? I don't care what the money is,
well,
man.
It's not Brian Kelly. They're playing for LSU because even though LSU is down, and as much as I don't like them,
it's the
premier brand. Like I said, you don't have another Power 5 team in Louisiana.
That's right.
To compete with. So all of the best in Louisiana, that's where they go if they don't get poached to Alabama or anywhere else.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, like they just showed how he was, like, never, like, didn't visit him, hasn't checked on him, nothing. It's like
nothing.
That's just
well, just like the running back Trey Holly. Trey Holly had his situation, and he's at Southern. He's across town playing at Southern. Guess what?
Southern. Yep.
They threw him away.
Yep. Like he was nothing.
Like he was nothing. They didn't even support him through his ordeal, and he's pretty much going to get cleared of the charges and all of that. So I mean,
in other words, if you're at LSU, if you can't help them play football, you're no good to them.
Nope.
That's it. And it's always been like that.
They'll run you over, go reverse, and run you back over again.
It was Greg Brooks Jr. That's who
Greg Brooks. Yep. I remember that.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I want to just pivot NFL because, guys, let me just tell you this. After what I watched on Sunday, I'm sorry I even watched. I wanted to pluck my eyes out at how bad some of these teams are. I mean, the Ravens, are they done? The Dolphins suck worse than the Panthers. The Titans won against the Cardinals, and now there's no undefeated teams left. I mean, what is going on, guys?
Wildest game of the year was the Titan game. I mean, you had everything. You had highs and lows that soap operas and movies could not have scripted. You had a guy, Ekabardo, have his first ever NFL touchdown, fumbles the ball at the goal, drops the ball at the goal line. Then you had an interception by Cam Ward, which fumbled, and then the ball gets kicked backwards into the end zone. And then Cam Ward throws the sweetest pass in a 2-minute drill to set up the winning field goal.
Trevor Lawrence falls down twice, doesn't get touched, scores a touchdown.
I have a theory on that.
Sure, Larry. Sure.
I want to hear this.
I don't like being a conspiracy theorist, but I said it on Utah earlier on our NFL show. To me, that was a Vegas call because there was too many questionable things. The fumble right before the touchdown by I can't even say his name, the running back, the Arizona running back, that resulted in the coach.
Ekabardo, something like that.
Great job. I can't even do it.
I can't even say it. Good job, Kurt.
The name has just been on my mind basically since Sunday. I could stop laughing.
That fumble, which resulted in the head coach and him getting in an altercation, and the coach getting fined $100,000 for putting his hands on him, and then the defensive meltdown.
Look at he punched him.
He punched him.
My God.
And then Kyler Murray, the look on his face. Kyler Murray during the game gets a snap and hits it in the helmet. And
Yes.
then somebody stepped on his foot and he tried to go back in the game, but then he couldn't go back in the game. But then the look he has on the bench going, he knows he's out of there. He's
That's
out
right.
of there at the end of the year.
Yeah, what a clown show.
He will be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers next year.
And that's the thing.
He do
Mark
good in
my
Pittsburgh,
words.
I think he
If
do
you
great
look
there.
at that whole sequence, especially going towards the end of the game, because I watched it. I watched it over. Too much stuff happened. I know certain times things can happen in a game.
Yeah.
But you just had too much stuff. Like look. At least try to disguise what happened. Come on now.
Like I said, that game had more plots than a movie, and you couldn't have made that up.
That's right.
That's what's so bad about it. You couldn't have made that stuff up.
Well, it still shows how much the NFL's scripted. I mean, they always joke about it, but it's so there's so much truth in it.
Well, and then let's talk about a couple of other games. Okay, first off, let's talk about the Dolphins. They go up 17-0 on the Panthers. Find a way to lose and give up in the process to Rico Dowdell, who's in there for the injured Chuba Hubbard and has over 200 yards on the ground, guys.
He looks like Eric Dickerson and Jim Brown. They made him look like two of the greatest running backs in NFL history.
Bad, guys. It's not even funny. And they may have saved Bryce's career, honestly, there with how he looked on Sunday.
And they played Dallas Sunday.
But then the Chiefs, to end the entire weekend, told everybody hold my beer and give life to Trevor Lawrence and give him 3 touchdowns, one of which he had time to get up off the ground and score a touchdown. I mean, not that he was ever known as a great athletic quarterback. I mean, the Chiefs are like, it's the Super Bowl loser curse at this point for them.
Hey,
I mean,
Did you hear what Trevor said at his post-game interview? He said he was going to get up and throw the ball out of bounds. And then he saw the hole opened up and he goes, I can actually make it through. And what helps, Chris Jones, your all-pro defensive end, is standing there watching.
Doesn't move.
This is a comedy show, guys. This is a clown show.
Yeah. That game had everything. And then you talked about North Carolina fans leaving in the second quarter. When's the last time Baltimore Raven fans left before halftime?
Guys, the Texans defense
out.
helped me win a fantasy football game. And even the kicker did too. And I didn't even think that was even possible. And then, so they suck. And then you also have, what's their names? The Jets just got absolutely obliterated by the Cowboys. I mean, there are some bad teams, guys, in the NFL.
And if you want a fantasy tip this weekend, take the Rams defense. They play Baltimore. Take the Rams defense this weekend.
Yeah, because I don't think Lamar's going to play. I don't think
he's not playing.
He got a torn hamstring.
The Rams have allowed 35. I got ESPN pulled up right now.
Go ahead.
The Rams have allowed 35.4 points a game through 5 games. It's the worst ever from a previous playoff team.
Wow. The Ravens have.
What's their record?
The Ravens have given
Ravens
up.
Ravens are 1-4. Rams are 3-2.
The Super Bowl year, the Ravens scored. They gave up 165 points total.
The whole year.
This Ravens team has given up 170 already.
And we still got 13 more games.
12 more games to go.
12 more games. So yeah.
Well, Harbaugh better get on the phone and call Terrell and Ray and Ed and tell them to see if they can suit up and come help out because they're going to need some help.
You know who they miss? Mike McDonald, the coach up in Seattle, because Seattle, their defense up until this past Sunday looked more like a Ravens defense from years past.
Yeah.
That game with them in Tampa on Sunday was absolutely amazing.
Well,
first time in NFL history, you had 2 quarterbacks complete over 70% of their passes, throw for over 350 yards. Each had 4 touchdown passes, and 1 interception cost the game. And Sam Darnold threw the ball and it hit the guy's helmet.
Yeah. Who stood out to you in the NFL that was either really good or just absolutely atrocious last Sunday or Monday? So.
I want to go to the Titans Cardinals.
Don't you, I couldn't stop laughing. That was a clown show.
It was a clown show.
They were playing the
Really
clown music Monday, showing highlights. They played clown music. Benny Hill. Remember the show Benny Hill?
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun,
They
dun, dun,
played
dun,
that
dun,
music.
dun, dun, dun.
They played that music during the highlights Monday.
I saw something. I think it was Monday, and it was like somebody posted on Twitter. It's like, oh, I like it's one of the commentators for the NFL. It's like, oh, I prefer the NFL game. It's more competitive. And they literally just showed the Titans Cardinals highlight. I was just like,
Watch
like
this.
you can't pay. I love football. I watch highlights of it. Like, I cannot sit and watch an NFL game anymore.
No.
Like, just the quality of play is so fucking ass right now.
That's why I watch Red Zone, because I don't
Well,
have
guys,
to watch
and
a
that
whole game.
and I'd love your opinion on that, because I brought it up on Larry and Devin's show before we went on the air. I asked him, I said, who is paying these astronomical prices to watch this garbage? I mean, because it's not good, guys. And these are supposed to be professionals making millions of dollars or whatever, like
And millions.
coaches being paid. Go ahead.
Millions.
And coaches, yeah, millions. Yes, yeah, coaches getting paid. You know, amounts of money. So yeah, it's
yeah.
it's good. So
Hey, real quick, since we're talking about football, breaking news. Rajon Rondo is now officially the number one ranked flag football quarterback in the United States.
like former Boston Celtic and Kentucky
Wildcat Rajon Rondo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Way to go, Rajon.
Way to go, Rajon.
Way to go, Rajon.
Do we have the opposite of Charlie Ward?
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
Yeah, and he has an NBA title. He has 2 NBA titles to his resume too before he got into flag football.
Before.
I mean, man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. That's just wow. Well, that is breaking news right there. And then, looking at this, and then Kerry, not to troll, I just was shocked that the damn Bills lost to the Patriots, man. I lost
Can't
on that
turn the
one,
ball.
man.
Can't turn the ball over 3
Lost on
times.
I wasn't.
I'm not. Honestly, I really wasn't. You can't have 3 turnovers and 13 penalties and expect to win a football game. And Drake May, and I will give Drake May he looked fantastic.
Yep.
Let me tell you why I wasn't surprised. This Patriots team is taking on the identity of its coach.
Yep.
Mike
Vrabel's an
Vrabel.
amazing coach.
He's a damn good
Vrabel
coach.
was the dumbest thing they could ever done.
He's a damn good coach.
Thanks, Grant Carpenter.
And I think Mike Vrabel is taking elements of what he had under Belichick from the coaching perspective, not necessarily Belichick's coaching style. No, but he's running that organization kind of like how Belichick ran it. You could tell it's a no-nonsense, all-business approach. That's where the Titans screwed up. They should have given him more time.
And if you think about it, he ended the Patriots' reign.
Yes.
That wild card game.
Yes.
He ended it. He sent Brady to Tampa and basically ended Bill Belichick's aura. Whatever aura Bill had left, Mike Vrabel ended it that night.
Right.
And
so
I
look
think
at
Vrabel,
Look at it like this. Not to cut you off, Kerry, but look at it like this. Vrabel is starting to get that organization to kind of level itself out at the right time. Because the Jets are not going to be a threat anytime soon. The Dolphins are not going to be a threat at any time soon. And Josh Allen's time in the Bills window is slowly closing. So if he can get the Patriots to a point where, hey, they don't have to start winning 10, 11 games right now, but let them hover around that 7, maybe 8 game win mark for the next couple of years. They start becoming a premier destination. And guess what? When Josh Allen's time and all Dalton Kincaid and all those guys with the Bills, when that window closes, the Patriots are right there. They're going to jump in and boom, he's going to take it.
And they've got a phenomenal quarterback in Drake May. I mean,
they have their franchise quarterback, and also
but the problem is,
Go ahead,
and they got a kicker in Borregales. They've got their new Gostkowski. So I mean, damn, with Borregales.
And the only problem with Josh Allen and my guys, that window's not closing anytime soon. So but the good thing is New England's got time. They can build that program. They can build that program. And
as long as
Vrabel's
the
got
Dolphins and
like a
Jets
blank
are there,
checkbook.
they'll always be 1 or 2. So
Yep,
I mean,
and Vrabel's got a blank checkbook. Basically, Robert Kraft has told him to whatever you need to do, how much time you need. Just take all the time that you need. Build yourself back up.
It's benefiting him. It's benefiting him right now because even though the Bills are still good, The Chiefs aren't.
The
And
Chiefs
the
aren't.
Ravens
They're
aren't.
2-3
Ravens
right
aren't.
now.
The
Yeah.
Bengals aren't.
And the Bengals aren't.
Oh my
They-
God! And
Bengals
now they've
aren't.
got Flacco. Can you
They just
imagine?
got-
They
they
got
traded for
Flacco over there
Flacco.
now. So
If I'm
oh
Jake,
my
if I'm Jake Browning, I'm leaving. I'm like, look,
Oh
cut
yeah,
me
I'm
now.
gone.
see ya.
Yeah.
And here's a weird oddity this weekend. Green Bay faces Cincinnati. Green Bay has already lost to Joe Flacco in Cleveland. If Jordan Love loses to him in Cincinnati, he would be the first quarterback in the modern era since the merger in 1970 to lose to the same quarterback twice in a year with two different teams.
Well,
That
he
is
better
that's
not
a
because I got the
horrible stat.
How freaky would
That
that
is
be?
a horrible stat.
How
Oh my
horrible
God.
would that
That would
be?
be a horrible stat.
Well, I'm
That
going to
would
be
be a
honest with you
horrible
guys.
stat. Oh
Do-
my God.
Do you know
That's
the
a
And
horrible
Packers
stat.
are a 14.5-point favorite
Mhm.
over the Bengals,
Mm.
and I'm taking the Packers. I think
I
that,
take the Packers.
yeah. I mean, I think what's his
Yeah,
name
and
might have.
Lambeau, I would too.
I
I
would
think
too.
I think Micah might have 5 sacks or whatever in the first half or what have you.
Yeah,
I mean,
because no matter who plays quarterback, that offensive line for Cincinnati is horrible.
they're
Yeah.
horrible. There's some bad. Well, that's what I was going to ask you before we go back to the college football, because Kerry, I want to get to your segment. I want to do They Stink before we finish up, and I want to thank everybody for coming on. But real quick, I just wanted to ask: is there even 7 teams right now that will get the 7 playoff spots in the AFC? Because
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time finding them or what have you
I
right
think
now.
it'll
So
these next few weeks it's going to thin itself out.
okay.
Their schedule's coming up, and they're going to thin themselves out. And another team, we talk about the Ravens being bad. We got a big Sunday night game in which Kansas City can finally get buried because Detroit goes to Kansas City Sunday night, and I think Detroit buries them.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
Detroit all day.
I think
Detroit looks really
buries them
good.
Yeah.
because they're turning
Detroit's
out.
offense.
Because that first game that Detroit played against Green Bay has turned out to be a preseason game, which
Yeah.
all that turned into.
Yep.
Because ever since then, they haven't been stopped.
Yeah. Anybody interested of how the Commanders look now with Jaden back or what have you?
I think they look good, but
That was
the
impressive.
Bears are just I don't know what version of the Bears I'm watching. I
Exactly.
don't know. They're very Jekyll and Hyde, man.
Yeah, they
Like,
are.
1 minute you start seeing like Caleb making some incredible throws,
Mhm.
then he reverts back to his rookie season.
Mm-hmm.
Jekyll and
And
Hyde.
remember this Monday night, it'll be the anniversary. 1 year ago, they played each other's, the Bears and the Commanders, the Hail Mary game.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
that kind of sent
It
Washington
set
into a
in one
trajectory.
direction and Chicago in the other.
Man, Chicago went in a very bad direction.
Yep.
Well, I wanted to get to our real quick before we get to Kerry's big game picks. Let's do some predictions, guys, real quick. Back to the college football. We've got Ohio State at Illinois, Alabama at Missouri, OU versus Texas, Gators at A&M. I got Indiana at Oregon, Georgia at Auburn, and Arkansas at Tennessee. So let's just go around the horn. And who do you guys got for that Ohio State-Illinois game? Shane, I'll let you go first.
Give me Ohio State so they prove me otherwise.
Okay.
Give me Ohio State too until somebody can stand up and handle that defense. Because that defense, Ohio State, that's what's driving the bus right now, man. That defense.
Defense is really good. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, man, it's gonna be Buckeyes.
All right. Larry, who you got?
Clean sweep, Buckeyes.
Yeah, I think look for Jeremiah Smith to have a career day or what have you. Him and Carnell Tate are starting to get some looks to be some good reps with Julian Sand, and if that catches up to that defense, man, that's going to be a very hard team come playoff time. So Alabama at Missouri, the other noon game, could be a trap game. Is Alabama looking ahead? What do you guys got, Larry? I'll go with you and go back the other way.
It'll be close, but I think Alabama finds a way to win.
Okay. Two pair, who you got, Bama or Missouri, brother?
I like Bama. It's just, man, Missouri is a pesky team, though. I think they're gonna have. I think Bama's gonna have trouble, but I still think they pull it out. Maybe 3-point win.
Good.
That's That's how I see it too. A 3-point win for Alabama. I think it's close. I actually think too it's a mid-range. I'm looking at 34-31 type game. I think it's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of points.
Shane, who do you got in that one, brother?
I'm with Kerry on this one. In the 30s, Alabama squeaks by. I think it's gonna be a physical game, which helps
Mhm.
us up, which just helps us out the following week.
Yep. I'm going to make it a clean sweep. I think Bama gets it done. I think I hate to say it, Simpkins is starting to really come into his own. He's got some good chemistry now with the receivers. They've got Jam back there that can actually run the ball, and the defense is tightened up a lot. And I think that it'll be close for about a half, but I just think Alabama's just got too much for them, and setting up a big game with Alabama and Tennessee next week. So.
Mhm.
Red River rivalry. Shane, going back the other way, Oklahoma versus Texas. Who you got, brother?
Oklahoma in a landslide.
Got it. Kerry, who you got?
I think Oklahoma, but I think it'll be closer than people think because it is a rivalry game and they do hate each other. So I think it's going to be closer than the experts believe. Oklahoma, though, I think will win.
Two pair, who you got winning the Texas State Fair this time?
I like Oklahoma. Even with Mateer being out, I still like Oklahoma's.
Mhm.
I like Oklahoma's defensive line, and they can get after
Exactly.
it. They really can get after it.
Could you
Mhm.
imagine if Michael Hawkins outplays Arch Manning this week? That'll just make the fire even grow even more or
Man,
whatever. So, but Larry,
it
who you
can
got?
very
I
well
know who you
happen.
got, but
What did Steve Sarkisian say? He said out of 135 teams, how many of them would beat how many
Yeah,
of them would beat
Florida.
Ohio State and Florida?
135 teams.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, after this
135.
week, he's going to say out of 135 teams, how many of them would beat Ohio State, Florida, and Oklahoma? Give me
Oklahoma.
the
Oh
Sooners.
man, give
Yep.
me the Sooners.
I got you. Yeah, I'm going to make it another clean sweep. I just think that Venables gets some revenge. The game's been in Texas's favor the last couple years. I
Yep.
It
think it
has.
goes. Oh, I think OU owes him a beat down for a change. So yeah,
Like Texas has really owned that series in the
Yes, they
later
have.
they
part,
have.
like
Yep.
because it used to be the part where Oklahoma owned that series,
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
like the Roy Williams days,
Hmm.
the
That
Rocky
series,
Thousand.
that series is a lot like Tennessee and Alabama. It's very streaky.
It is very
Very
streaky.
streaky.
Yes. Yes. And it always seems that whoever has the better coach seems to
Yep.
take the series by the hands. And Bob
Yep.
Stoops won that head to head multiple times against Mac.
So did
But
Barry
Oh
Switzer back in
man,
the
and
day.
yes, yep,
yeah.
yep. Um, uh, uh, Going to Florida at Texas A&M. Shane, start us off. Do it 2 weeks in a row, or is A&M going to keep rolling?
Oh, it's A&M. I think Florida's got a good defense. I think the way Arch played last week is why they look so much better than they are. But give me Texas A&M all day. I think Florida just got lucky last week, and Texas A&M will steamroll.
Okay, Kerry, who you
And aren't,
got?
and aren't they going? Aren't isn't Texas A&M going with like this whole like all blackout thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing a blackout, and it's going to be
Even
the
their
7 p.m. ESPN
even their
game. But
yell
yeah.
leaders are wearing black.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I
That's
like it.
that's the
I
dumbest
like
thing
it.
ever.
I think it'll be a close game because Florida's defense is really talented. But Marcel Reed is a different animal, and I don't think, and they're going to get a different approach from Arch Manning. I mean, what are you talking about? A contrast of styles. Arch Manning is more of a pocket guy. Marcel
Mhm.
Reed can beat you with his arm and his legs, and I think that's the difference. And I go with A&M.
Yeah, and I'll also throw this out there. One thing that A&M will have that Texas didn't have is they're going to have big Reuben Owens running the ball, who's a lot like
Yep.
Mark Fletcher, and Mark Fletcher really did good behind that Miami offensive line against Florida. Something to
Yes, he
watch.
did.
Two pair, who you got? The Gators or the Aggies?
Dude, I really like the way Texas A&M has played.
They're good, man.
Uh,
Well coached.
I really got to give it up to Mike Elko out there, man. Like getting into a situation where Jimbo had got that program to not where they just were underachieving. They look really good right now in Aggie land, man. College Station. I got the guys in College Station.
Yep, yep. Larry, clean sweep. A&M against Florida.
Yeah, A&M saw what happened with their cousins last week. They won't let it
Yep.
happen
They
again.
won't let that.
Yes,
Yeah.
they'll win.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I think if this game was in the swamp, it'd be a little bit closer. But in the 12th man, I think A&M rolls. And if you even are daring to want to do the split screen, I think we're going to be looking at this next game. I'll save the Indiana Oregon. Let's transition to Georgia at Auburn. Shane or Larry, I'm going to let you go first and go back the other way. Georgia at Auburn. Who do you got in this one, bud?
Georgia, but like that Alabama game is going to be a little more closer than people would think. But Georgia pulls it out.
Okay. Two pair, who you got, man? Georgia at Auburn.
I I think Auburn is pesky, but they don't have enough on that offensive line. What I saw against them against Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
give me the Bulldogs, but it's clean, old-fashioned hate. It's one of the longest college rivalries. That still don't mean a lick of nothing to those Bulldogs, and I think they take care of. I think they take care of Auburn down on the
Yeah,
plains.
absolutely. Kerry, who you got? Auburn at Georgia.
South's oldest rivalry. I think I'm going to see Auburn pull a surprise.
Really?
There's
All right.
going to be an emotional. Cam Newton is getting his jersey retired that night.
Oh,
And I
that's
think
big.
emotion, and I think there's a lot of emotion. And Hugh Freeze could use a signature win. Plus, I think the SEC kind of owes him one from the Oklahoma game.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think at some point he's going to get rewarded, and it's going to be at the end of one of his rivals. It's either going to be them or it's going to be Alabama. I think he got a better chance to beat Georgia now.
hmm Yeah, that Jordan
And
hair magic at night, man. That
yep, and
Jordan hair.
it's
So,
a night game.
yep, yep.
I think
Shane, who
that's
you
Side
got,
note,
man?
side note.
Ooh.
I
Oh,
know we're
After
go ahead, two
talking
pair.
after
college. I know
Whoop.
we're talking college football, but I figured it out. The WNBA has set up to be like the NBA. Check this out. Becky Hammond is the Greg Popovich of
yep
the
of the
WNBA,
WNBA.
and Asia Wilson is her Tim Duncan. I knew it.
There it is.
There it is.
You can't make this stuff up while
No,
we're
you
talking
can't.
college
You
football.
can't.
You can't make this stuff up.
Yep,
If
Rebels
that's
yep.
with
the
a
case,
cause.
Angel Reese is Draymond Green.
Ah!
Yep, there you go.
Ah!
And Caitlin Clark is Steph Curry.
Steph Curry. That's
There
it.
you
That's
go.
Caitlin
it.
is
There you
Steph
go.
Curry. It'll be good to see her back
Oh
next year.
man,
And all your prayers
good
go to
call.
Juju. And players go out to Juju
Yeah.
Watkins, man. The
Yeah.
women's college game is going to miss her for another
Man, the
year, and
women's
it's a
college game
shame
is gonna miss
because
Juju this
Yeah.
year,
she is
man.
so talented.
I'm just glad
Dude,
My
she's
God,
doing it the right way. She's doing
she
it the
is.
Paige Bucher's way. Just get
Yep,
back and be ready to kick ass in
You
26,
Paige,
27.
because her
Paige
future.
Bukers. You mean Paige Luka Doncic? That's
Yep,
Yeah,
different.
that's
really.
she
yep.
was
Now,
badass, man.
She
can
had a great work. She had a great rookie
I
year,
gotta
man.
I
Yeah.
gotta ask this question? I know this game isn't on here. I think we picked everything, right?
No, not yet. No, Shane
Not
was
yet.
about to pick Georgia at Auburn. We still had Indiana, Oregon, and then Arkansas
Okay.
and Tennessee. But go ahead. Yeah,
I wanted to add a side note.
sure.
Michigan USC, is it a game of interest?
Yeah, let's
Yes,
put it on there. Yeah, I'll
I
put it on
think
there.
it
Yeah.
is.
I
It
only
is.
went with 7 because of it
No,
being odd in
seven is
case we all
good.
picked. But yeah, but
I
yeah.
I just wanted to see, is there an interest level in watching this?
There is, and I think that
Okay.
USC pulls the upset because Michigan's got to go across the country. And I had mentioned Jay Maivia being a really good quarterback, and this will be a big test for Michigan's young quarterback.
Yep.
You know, he kind of came up short against Oklahoma. Maybe USC's defense isn't there, but man, USC's offense is just as potent with Jay Maivia the
I
way
think that could
Mateer
be an
was. So,
entertaining game. I like that game. I think that could be a very entertaining game.
yeah,
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 that's a game I wanted to see where the interest level was. It was
Hmm.
yeah. It's the NBC big game of the week. So,
Yep,
oh, it's the
Yes.
NBC game of the week.
and it's
Okay.
going to be good.
yep, yep. Well, Shane, who do you got? Georgia or Auburn, bud? Who do you got
Oh,
on that one?
the blueprint's there to beat Georgia. Cam coming back, the Jordan hair, getting his jersey retired. Hugh Freeze needs a signature win.
Yep.
This comes down to the fourth quarter. You know what? Give me Auburn in a kick six similar miracle.
Damn. Okay. Well, we got 2 going for Georgia. We got 2 going for Auburn. I've been going back and forth on this one. Two pair, I'm kind of with you, man. I just don't know if the Auburn O line can hold up against that Georgia defensive line. That
I
poor
don't think
kid
they
got
can.
murdered almost by Oklahoma, Jackson Arnold. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. Auburn's got the recipe to do it, and like you guys said, Hugh Freeze needs that win. I just think that we're maybe either a week or two. I forget when that Georgia Ole Miss game is going to be. Georgia's next loss is going to be against Ole Miss, but I think Georgia ekes this one out. Think the Kentucky game last year, the one that Georgia had to
Yep.
win at the last second.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. I think Georgia wins the way they beat Kentucky on the road. There at the end and so forth with like a field goal and they just run out of time or something to try to tie it. So, but that's who I got. Indiana at Oregon. Shane, who you got? Does Oregon continue to roll, or does Cincinnati pull off an upset?
Oregon's one of the best teams in the country. Give me Oregon.
Okay, Kerry, who you got?
I like Oregon in a close for 3 quarters, and then Oregon's physicality blows them in the 4th quarter, and I think they win by 10.
Absolutely. Two pair, who you got?
Man, I like Dan Lanning. He's a hell of a football
Dan Lanning
coach.
can coach, man.
Yeah, he
He's
can.
a hell of a football coach. I'm riding with the quackers.
Yep. Larry, who you got in that one, bud?
Oh, I got to go with the Ducks, man. It's high scoring affair, but I think Oregon is just going to have a little bit too much, and they're going to run away with it.
Yep.
Yep, absolutely. I will be shocked if Indiana goes in there and wins, but I'm going to go with a clean sweep. I just think Oregon is just better in the trenches, and don't be surprised if we see kind of like what happened to Indiana when they played Notre Dame last year. It could be that type
Yep,
of
it could be that
victory,
kind of.
So yeah. And then finally, Arkansas at Tennessee. Larry, I'll let you start, and then we'll go back towards me and what have you. What do you got in that one? The fighting Bobby Petrino riding in on that motorcycle to Neyland Stadium. So is the interim coach.
Yeah, he ain't peddling a Schwinn, that's for sure.
I'm going to quote the big dog Roman Reigns. Tennessee is going to smash Arkansas.
Yep.
Mhm.
I like it. Two pair, who you got, baby?
Well, I mean, I'm still tripping off. We're facing the guy who got fired by the school,
Yes.
and then got placed as the interim of the school, and lost his job while being on a motorcycle with an intern at said school. Ain't no way on God's green earth are they gonna win in Knoxville. No way.
There's a cruel football god if it does happen that way.
Oh my
But
God!
yeah, there is. So.
You understand how silent
Yes.
Knoxville would be if that
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way. Knoxville, do not let us down Saturday.
Yeah. It seems like it's been forever since there's been a home game. But Kerry, who you got? The Vols or the Razorbacks?
Revenge is a dish best served cold. And at the control of our revenge is named Joey Swagular. And Arkansas's ranks 130th in pass defense. This is no joke. This will not be a contest after halftime. Tennessee 49, Arkansas 14. I
like
believe that running back for Arkansas may have just talked himself into a severe beating, because if they killed the Mississippi State quarterback, and he's pretty good, you just got Taylor Greene in a whole lot of trouble. And you're going to be the instrument to his downfall. They stop Taylor Greene. They stop him. They win this game. It's that simple.
I like it. Shane, what do you got? I know you said you were worried about Arkansas at the beginning of the show, but
I was worried just more of like a trap game of us overlooking them. But then I remember last time we went up against Bobby Petrino's offense.
Yep.
5 turnovers in 6 plays. I want to know what holes in the defense their running back's talking about, because our defense is amazing. Give me Tennessee 53.
Nice.
Arkansas 13.
You and me are not too far apart. Give me the Vols 56, Arkansas 14. That's what
Y'all
I've
think they're
got
gonna
right
put up
there.
56
Oh,
points?
oh
Yeah.
yeah. No,
Man.
think like I watched Notre Dame dissect them, and Aguilar is a better quarterback than Carr is, obviously. At this
Oh man,
stage and everything. Yeah,
Aguilar's
Notre
putting up
Dame
the
was
numbers
playing
this
with them.
year.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I want to add where they're saying that Alabama's receiving core is elite, but
Our receiving
ours
core
is
is pretty
better.
good.
Ours is better.
Yeah. I mean,
And it shows that.
This is Staley's come out game as a receiver.
Uh, I would say we're there. It's just Mike Matthews has had a few drops there, not to my
I'd
liking.
like to see him perform a little bit better too. Mike Mann.
I got to see him like Braswell and Staley have had some big plays, but Staley's had some bonehead plays too.
Yep.
The fumble, like that fumble kind of put us behind the 8 ball against Mississippi State. But do I think they are elite? I think they're right on the cutting edge of elite.
I honestly think that between us, that even the running backs are going to get in on this pass party and even get some screens and might take it to the house. Honestly, you could see Deshaun Bishop doing
Deshaun Bishop's going to have a great game.
Yeah, he is.
And so is
Star Thomas.
Star Thomas.
Yeah, Star
Thomas
Thomas has been
is-
really good
yep,
this year.
for sure. So,
And the reason why I believe that Tennessee wins this game is because this game has been engraved in Josh Heupel's mind for a year.
Oh
That
yeah, and he'll run it up.
That man does not forget losing and the way they lost.
Oh, it's like when he came back and got revenge against Missouri after
He got back Missouri.
after they got us the year after we got them 60 on them.
Yep.
He got Oklahoma last year, going back to Norman.
Mm-hmm.
He taught them a lesson.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Larry, what were you going to say?
I'm reading right here. It says, right on cue with Carey, Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer will be ready to go for the Red River Route.
Look at that. If they got Mateer, I think Mateer gives a different dimension to that team.
He does.
Yeah.
Damn, that hand! Did they cut off the hand and put a new one on, or what? We got Chat GPT working there.
Hey, once he works out the rust, he'll be fine.
Well, that team is such ass. He'll kill them. So forget that. Hawkins might get to play in the fourth quarter,
and
so
he may
at this
be on a
point-
pitch count. There's a good chance they may put him on a pitch count.
I got a question. It pertains to Ohio State, Colorado. Is Colorado a good football team, or are they just an average football team?
Colorado, the Buffaloes with Dion and everything.
Right now they're an average team.
They're an average team.
Right now they're
They
a bad
blew.
team.
I mean, honestly, like looking back
What'd you say,
on it,
Larry?
what'd you say?
Right now they're a bad team. They're not average to me. They're bad. They're just terrible.
Like they just look so. Like I think Iowa State, that game can get ugly.
Oh, it will be, and Iowa State's going to be pissed off.
And is Dion going to even be on the sidelines because he had to have surgery to address that blood clot situation?
Yeah,
I think he's about done coaching.
Yeah,
he has to be for his health.
He may be for his health. Yeah.
That's a shame. That's a shame
That is
too.
a shame.
It really is. So, geez, yeah.
It is a shame.
Carrie, real quick, because I want to get your big games of the week for your segment, and then finish up with They Stink, because I want some good ones, because there's so many to choose from. So yes, I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a couple for that. But my first big game of the week from college this week will be a game that's kind of off the radar a little bit, off the beaten path, and it involves the Big 12. I'm looking at a BYU versus Arizona game. One is 5-0, the other's 4-1. They both have played really well. BYU is just a tough physical team, and Arizona's tough too, but the spread is only 1.5. To me, that's a pick 'em, and I like BYU on the road. They're just a tough-minded road team. They can go anywhere with their game plan and beat anybody, and I like BYU in that game.
And that's that 10-15 nightcap game.
Big
ESPN, if you want to
game
just be
period of
resting.
week.
So,
Yeah, I like that.
What else you got?
I got a good one on Sunday that you're gonna love. It's one under the radar too, and because of this past Monday night, I'm putting more stock into it. It's the Seattle Seahawks going across the country to face Jacksonville,
Mm.
which I believe will be a really good, interesting test for both teams with Sam Darnold against Trevor Lawrence. Short week for Jacksonville after an emotional victory over Kansas City, and Seattle's coming off an emotional loss to Tampa. I want to see where both teams' head are at. I think it's going to be a really close game, and the spread is only 1.5 too. It's a pick'em game, and the over. And I would go with the over in that game, which is 48.5. I would go over.
Well, from your mouth to God's ears, because I got to start Sam Darnold this week at quarterback. So go ahead for fantasy. But yeah, so I hope he has a good game. So
And then my other big game is Sunday night with Detroit and Kansas City. This could be the beginning of the end of the Chiefs' era.
Mm.
Because 2-4, you're in trouble. Right now, if they get to 2-5, you could forget the division. Wild card is going to be impossible at this stage. Maybe their only road in at that point. I don't think they have the offense. I don't think the defense can stop Detroit. I think Detroit's running game is so tough with Gibbs and Montgomery. It makes Jared Goff's life easier. And he's got Laporta, he's got St. Brown, he's got Williams, he's got all these weapons. I think Detroit hangs a big number on them. I think they win by double digits.
Larry, I about died and laughed. I fell laughing when Devin mentioned Amon's no touchdown ass didn't help him in that fantasy game. I about died laughing when he made
that was me.
Was it you? I thought
That
it was
was me.
Devin. Oh
No,
my God! Please say it
no.
again. It was so good. I thought it was
Okay.
Devin that said it because I had the phone the other way.
I have. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all what I do. I have an app that gives me AI models for my selections. The app gave me like 5 or 6 good picks that were all 100%. But I was being greedy. So I added Jahmyr Gibbs, anytime touchdown score, which that's been good.
Mm-hmm.
I added Cam Ward to throw an interception because he's been throwing them every week. That was good.
That was good.
But in addition to the Jahmyr Gibbs, I added Amon-Ra St. Brown for anytime touchdown because he had 6 touchdowns in the last 3 games. I'm like, all right, Detroit
Can't lose.
Can't lose. I expected to lose on the AI picks over my shit. So it was the last game. And I'm waiting on this no touchdown scoring bum bastard Amon-Ra St. Brown who couldn't even get a touchdown. It pissed me off. Dude, it was like a $10 bet that would have been damn near $1,000 if that bastard would have caught that touchdown.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's tough.
Oh, I'd be sick over that, man. I'd be sick over that.
You know what? He ain't my official selection, but he's my honorable mention. He stinks.
There you go. He stinks. So I like it.
The
So
stink of the week.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, you know what, Shane? Let's get this thing started. Can I just tell you this before you all go? Because I always like to go last. I had about 15 or 16 I could have picked, and it doesn't really matter the order because they were all equally atrocious and awful. But anyway, go ahead, Shane. Start us off with my favorite segment. They stink.
I'm going to change it up just a little bit this week. James Franklin and the entire Nittany Lions.
Oh, God. Yeah, they do stink. They do stink.
They were my pick last week, but yeah.
When you lose to the team that I've said stinks all year, you just go ahead and just trump it all. There you go. I mean, you are garbage. You are dookie water. You are God. Oh, it was atrocious.
Oh, that's bad.
If a shit could take a shit, that's what it smells like, honestly.
Take a shit. Oh, that stinks. That is horrible.
That's like taking a shit and trying to stick it back in. It just don't fucking work.
I could feel that.
We're off the rails now.
Oh,
Rebels
it's
with a
definitely
cause.
almost
It just
midnight.
went off the rails.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, Carrie took is out for a second. Two pair. Go with your stink, man. Who is that? So
We're y'all know I love Pete Carroll, man.
yeah.
I love my guy Pete, man. That's my guy. Las Vegas. God, y'all so fucking awful, man.
They get the Brady curse of being a part
ranks.
owner.
It ranks.
Poor Devin Lloyd. That's his team,
That's
so
the
he's a
squad.
Raiders
ranks.
guy.
But you know what else stinks? I want to send this one out to the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that it stinks. It's how it smells.
Yeah.
And this smells so bad on so many levels because you got the coach now coming out. You kind of dress down your player on national television for the world to see after he makes a bonehead play. And when are we gonna get this right? A.D. Mitchell, who did the same thing for the Colts the week before. Deshaun Jackson, who did it in a big Monday night football game many moons ago. Like that's what stinks. Can we get back to scoring the touchdown before we celebrate? Like, can we get the first part done? That stinks.
Terrible.
Like
Just
you dress this man down on national television, then come out and apologize because it didn't sit well. No, it didn't sit well. Like that guy's a professional at the end of the day. But you're also professional enough to do your job right. So those are my stinkers of the week.
Carrie, just to let you know what you missed, Shane picked Penn State football as his stinks. Two pair gave an equal nod to both the Cardinals and the Raiders. Larry, you're up. So who's your stink this week, man? Before I get to Carrie, and then I'll finish up.
If you've had a football career and you've been able to get out of football and go into broadcasting, one thing you do not do is go to a game, a site of a game, and get in an argument with a 69-year-old man, try to break his glass, try to attack him, in turn to only get your ass stabbed and charged with a felony. So my stink segment goes to the one and only Mark Sanchez. Brother, you smell like paint thinner and ass. You stink.
He's up for 16
It's a great
Yes, that's why Larry's awesome. And he's oh my
Thanks.
God, I love you being on the show. That was so
Thanks.
good.
That
oh
was
my
good.
God.
That's right.
And we're watching football and seeing this thing on the ticker, and it got worse by the day as it kept going. Or
well, the way the news portrayed it during the game, the way the news portrayed it was like at first that he got attacked somewhere. I'm thinking that okay, you were somewhere, you got robbed and attacked. But then as the reports start coming out, it's like, all right, so now they get in an argument over a parking spot. It's a fucking DoorDash driver. So what are you arguing with a DoorDash guy? He's 69 years old. But here's the thing. Yeah, I know you're past your football playing days, but how the hell do you attack a 69-year-old guy only for him to stab the shit out of you and put you in the hospital? And then when you get out of the hospital, you get 3 felony charges. So now you lose your job and you're probably going to freaking prison.
Jail.
I ain't gonna lie, guys.
He's looking at 16 years right now.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought that maybe he was messing around and he pissed off some dude trying to go after their girl at a club or something, you know. And then when you hear that, it's like
You
just suck at life, man. You had USC football. You were with the Jets. I mean, you were the calendar guy. I mean, you just suck at life. He's giving Kellen Winslow Jr. a run for his money.
Yeah.
Well, he'll always be Mr. Butt Fumble too. Mr. Butt
Butt Fumble. Yes.
Well, if he goes to jail, butt fumbling is not something that he wants to be remembered for. I'll tell you that.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah. That's something you don't want tattooed on you in the joint. That's for sure.
Oh, they'll love him. I'm
Fact.
sure there's going to be some disgruntled inmate that was a USC fan that blames him for the demise because it was a well-oiled
Hey.
machine when he took it over.
They'd be like, hey, what's your name? My
Let me
name's
tell you
Mark.
something.
You
That
got a
brings-
girlfriend? No, you do now. Come here.
Hey, you know what? That brings the term "sweet meat" a whole new level if he goes to jail.
They'll love
Nasty,
him. So,
Nasty Nate.
Nasty Nate, naughty jungle of love. Carrie, go for it. Who's your stinks this week? A little half-baked reference.
And since we're on the old man on the bit, the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. Let me tell you about this 84-year-old man who stinks like ass, feet, and everything under the sun. This man was so happy about beating the Jets, the lowly New York Jets, on Sunday. This man gets into it with fans in the stands and starts flicking them off with the middle finger, 84 years old. The NFL yesterday, Monday, came out and fined him $250,000. We ain't got to the funny part yet. His explanation at yesterday's press conference was this: he didn't know that the difference between his thumb and his middle finger. He actually said that at his press conference. Jerry Jones, you stink like ass, feet, underarms, underleg, everything.
Oh man,
Flicking
it
off
stinks.
people and getting fined $250,000. Oh yeah, that is my they stink. And that is the highest order. And people would think they'd be mad at him for trading Micah. Nah, this was even worse than trading Micah. You embarrassed yourself. You showed that you've got to have dementia, because nobody forgets about flicking off adults and kids and everything in New York, of all places. If you did it in Dallas, nobody would have cared, but you did it in New Jersey. You did it at the Meadowlands, and you won the game. Come on, man. Was that really worth 200? And he's going to appeal the fine.
Which is nothing to him. I mean,
Exactly.
that's a Saturday night at the Treasure Club or whatever like that.
Exactly.
Come on now, so
And he's appealing the fine like it's going to hurt him. Come on, man.
Oh my God. All right, well, here's mine. I could go UNC, too easy. Could go with the Dolphins, who's just another too easy. But I'm going to go another route right here. It was supposed to be your time. People were already talking, whoa, this is the real deal this year. They ain't fooling around. And I just seem to remember a certain running back that looked so good and tight and blue, running across down the sideline, and he almost got a bottle thrown at him by a Buffalo Bills fan, and it missed him. And maybe it should have hit him, because then it would have been a 15-yard penalty, and they maybe could have won that game. But ever since the Ravens choked against the Bills and have found new ways to win, getting their quarterback hurt in the process.
You do mean lose.
Well, they did. They lost. Then went into the process of getting it handed to them by the Chiefs and helping them kind of right their season, and it's not really righted yet. And then last week, get their quarterback. Their quarterback gets hurt. Everything's falling apart, and they get their asses handed to them by the lowly Texans, who didn't even score that much against the Titans, who also stink, or what have you, the prior week. Baltimore, your season's done. Pack it up. You stink.
And let me throw something on top of that, James. The last 3 times that they had played Houston before Sunday,
Yes.
Houston hadn't even scored a touchdown in any game any of the 3 previous games, and yet they scored 44 points and made it and called off the dogs when they could have scored 60.
Yeah, they stink. They stink. They're terrible. I mean, they're done. They're done. And I was even thinking about them being in the AFC Championship game. Shame on me. And like I said, I will admit that I was wrong. So, yep. Great show as always, guys. Listen, final thoughts. I know it was a long one, but there was so much to get to. And I mean, this is just the prime of sports. I mean, listen, there's so much to talk about. There's baseball playoffs. Hockey just started. NBA's about to start. We even talked a little college basketball. Obviously, football dominating it. It's a great, great time to be watching sports. And then you have idiots and buffoons that we all address today that make it even better.
Can I add one more you stink?
Please do. Hold on, let me get it back up.
Okay. Social media was a complete buzz the other day because the decision part 2.
Oh man.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Yes.
LeBron
I'm glad
James
somebody talked
making
about
it a freaking ad for Hennessy was bullshit.
Yeah.
You got the entire sports world, the entire nation talking about, is this it? Is he retiring? Is he walking away? Or is this it? Is this the farewell tour? Just for it to be a fucking ad? Dude, control your fucking ego and never come out with that shit again. You fucking suck for that shit.
Whoa.
I second that.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
You know what? I mean, I can understand where you're coming from, Shane, because I was looking at it and I was like, what is this or whatever? It's like, he really going to do on a farewell tour and everything and, make this season about him or whatever? And I was like, oh my God, it's for Hennessy. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, like I was like checking my phone every chance I got during break, go through all this training. I was like, okay, is this happening? Like, it was a freaking commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, like, you don't do that. Like, you're the greatest athlete in the NBA history. I'll say athlete. He will never be the GOAT. That's always going to be Jordan.
Yeah.
But you're the greatest athlete to ever play the game. You don't do that.
Yeah.
That was a ego move, and you got the entire sports world glued to social media for a Hennessy ad.
For Hennessy.
I wonder whose call that was. I don't know if that was if somebody in his circle said, "Hey, you should embrace that decision again and piss everybody off a second time or third time, whatever it is." I mean, it
had to be his agent. Had to be his agent, Rich Paul. Had to be.
I'm sure some Hennessy rep loved the idea, though. Oh yeah, let's do it. So yeah.
Well, I mean, it got everybody glued to it, but I see that being a backfire.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, well, it's a stink. There we go. It's a stinkeroo. So, not a wise decision there, especially on the cusp of another NBA season. So, yes,
exactly.
There were even rumors going around that he was going to opt out. There was going to make some trade to him go back to Cleveland, which I've said that might actually happen before he says it's all said and done. The farewell tour will be through Cleveland.
Yep.
Is this going to be his 24th season?
23rd.
23rd
season.
I was trying to think in my head. I know it's been a minute, but it's crazy. I mean, has anybody done that? How long did Kareem last?
20.
Was anybody more than that?
Tom Brady. Brady played.
Vince Carter 21.
Yeah, Vince Carter 21. Then Brady played 22, 23.
Who?
Tom Brady.
Did Jawan play 21 or whatever? Jawan Howard? He was out in the league for a while before he became on the Heat staff or whatever.
How long was 17 years?
17. Okay.
How long was Udonis Haslam's?
Haslam might have been 20 actually.
I think he was 20.
Yeah, he was 20 exactly.
He was 20 plus.
Yeah. I think it was 20. I think it was 03 to 23. So I think it was 20. Yeah, he finished in 20. Yeah, 20 years exactly. I think he did.
Yeah, he's with ESPN now as an analyst.
That's nuts, though. Because some guys don't even get like 3, let alone 23 or 20 or whatever, getting into that up there. So shoot, damn. Oh man, modern day medicine. Well, guys, great show as always. Quick thoughts and so forth. Listen, enjoy the football as always this weekend, guys. It feels like fall outside. I don't know how it is down in Louisiana, but there was a touch of fall up here in Tennessee, and it was absolutely.
We got our cold front coming this weekend. We got our cold front coming this weekend.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be 80 degrees.
Yep, that's the cold front. Hey.
Yeah.
There you go.
I had to bust out the hoodie this morning.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, yep, for sure. So, listen, I
Yep.
don't know if Two Pair's phone went dead or not, and so forth. But listen, um, guys, thank you again, everybody, for being on. And like I said, next week going to be a couple of shows. Definitely tune in. I'm going to try to have a guest on next Wednesday night that I've been wanting to have on for a while, and he has some things that he would like to promote, and hopefully the stars align that we can get him on next Wednesday. But that being said, though, two pairs back to close us out. But Larry, thank you
Yeah,
for
man,
being
my
on.
phone died,
Oh,
man.
you're
My
good.
bad.
Anytime,
You're good. Yeah,
anytime,
you're good.
bro.
You're
Larry,
Anytime.
real
good.
quick before I pass it off to everybody else to say goodbye and Two Pair to close us out. Um, Let us know real quick the UTalk app if you want to
Oh,
continue to please, and then promote your shows, all of them, please.
yeah. So everybody go on your local Google Play, Apple Store, whatever you got. Type in You Talk Podcast and download our app. And it's a way to keep in touch with us. We chat, we do everything. Our podcasts show up. Um, yeah, we got some shows coming up. Um, we're debating if we're gonna have a show tomorrow since Miami's off. I think D said we may have one, but we do have a very special guest next Thursday. Of course, I can't say who it is, but it's somebody that everybody knows. So we'll be talking about that. Um, Monday. This show is going to be interesting on Monday. Real talk on Monday. We normally look. I know y'all don't like politics, but we're going there on Monday. We're going to be talking about Charlie Kirk and MAGA and
Oh boy.
the National
Ooh.
Guard stuff. So,
Hmm.
Mm.
and we're going to have an open panel. So we're going to have different people on for
Oh
that.
man.
Gotcha.
Mm.
So
I'm
yeah,
sorry I missed this past Monday show. I've been trying to get. I'm going away this weekend, and I had a lot of stuff I had to do, and I hated
yeah.
that I missed it. But I'm gonna.
Oh, you
But I got
good?
a 4-hour drive ahead of me, so guess what? Your show is one of the ones I'll be listening to
Appreciate that.
for the 4-hour drive on Friday. But yeah,
Appreciate that.
yeah.
Oh, and I forgot. Did you talk to Carrie?
Oh yes, I Carrie. Yeah, with that opportunity for you for that for our guy Easy in
Yeah,
Nashville. Yeah, I talked to him. So what we need to do is just get me the information, so maybe Carrie can reach out to him. And
I will.
Carrie's interested.
Yeah.
Carrie's
Yeah.
interested. So yeah,
Because I sent
he's
him the link to the show, but he said he was watching his nephew tonight. I sent him the link to the show because I told him come on and because I know it's open forum. The more the merrier.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just to kind of, I told him that Carrie's real knowledgeable, and I thought when he told me he needed a co-host or whatever, I said that might be the guy for you, and
All
that
right.
I have something, and he's real knowledgeable too, James.
It sounds like
James was with
fun,
him the
man.
other day. Yeah, I think y'all
Yeah.
enjoy it, So, but
I
yeah,
always enjoy having conversations, even if it's a difference of opinion of me, as
Yep.
long as you know the game and you
yeah,
don't
Exactly.
yeah,
sound
Yeah.
like an ignorant idiot. But anyway, so
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes, because
yeah.
we've all played, we all know
We know.
what's good and
What it's
what's
good and
not.
what's not.
So yeah,
Yep.
Right,
absolutely.
right,
So,
right,
yeah.
right.
But yeah, but no, we'll get you that information, Kerry, and
All right.
hopefully he subscribes to the show. So yep, for
Yep.
sure. So yeah. Shane, final thoughts, brother?
I just want to thank God for finally opening some doors for me.
There you go.
Amen.
There you go,
Amen.
man.
Amen, brother.
I'm almost out of the woods.
There you
I got to make
go.
it. I got to make it to Wednesday.
Yep.
There
You'll
you
make
go.
it, man. You'll
Yep.
make it.
We'll be
One day at a
celebrating next
time.
Wednesday, hopefully many things.
Exactly.
So yes.
One day
Exactly.
at
Yep.
a time.
Absolutely. Yep. So Carrie, last thoughts and then Two Pair close us out, baby.
Yeah. That's just like everybody said, take it one day at a time. Enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy your life. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your physical. Take care of you. Because
Yep.
without you, nothing else happens, man.
Amen.
Take care of you.
Amen.
Take care of you. That's all that counts.
All right, Two Pair, we'll close us out, baby. So yep.
Well, you stayed and you listened to our banter over high school, college, pro. You found out what smells good and who stinks. We
Oh yeah, we got
appreciate you for being here for as long as you have. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Rebels with a Cause page.
Big shout out to Big Fat Sports Network. Big shout out to the 332 Studios. And all right, I won't let the cat out the bag. October 18th, Edutainment Hip Hop Show will be on 99.7 FM WJBE. So yeah,
Nice.
we're a little bit everywhere.
Nice,
A little
baby.
bit
Nice, nice. That's a special day. My dad turns 83 on that day. So
Oh,
yes.
shout out to
Yep.
Papa Frank.
Cool, man.
Yep. The
Yeah,
original
great.
Italian
Papa
stallion,
Frank.
the seasoned
original.
Italian stallion.
Oh
So,
yeah,
The
that
seasoned.
seasoned
There you
Italian.
go.
yeah,
Seasoned
very
Italian
seasoned.
I like
That's
that. The
funny.
seasoned Italian. I like
Funny.
that.
Well, guys, thank you again, Larry, for coming on. Shane, Carrie,
Thank
two
you,
pair.
Larry.
Looking
Oh,
forward to
all the
Thanks,
game
time,
Larry.
day.
brother.
Game day
Appreciate
next
that.
Tuesday, live from West High Stadium for the girls' soccer game. It's going to be groundbreaking, and good luck, ladies, and just be ready and leave it all out there. And guys, let's throw up that W because we all winners here, baby. So it's all about that cause. That cause don't stop when the clock hits zero. Thanks for tuning in. Rebels with a Cause. We out, baby.
We out.